disgusting.
Which one of you had first choice salted butter, 8 grams?
No, I would have had it with jam. I wouldn't have had just the butter.
Brittany?
It wasn't me.
Was this you?
No.
Look me in the eyes and tell me you didn't eat this tub of butter.
I did not eat the tub of butter.
Why not?
Look me in the eyes.
Why wouldn't you eat the tub of butter?
Tell me if you had 8 grams of butter.
I thought it was the actual butter as well, not just the wrapper.
No, the wrapper's gone. Somebody ate the container. It's just the lid. It's
You mean the wrappers here? Somebody ate the container.
Wrapper's delight.
Hey.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum,
That's
bum,
not how
ba-dum,
it goes, but
bum,
that's okay.
bum,
Oh, yeah, it
ba-dum,
does,
bum,
yeah.
bum, bum. I said a hip, hop,
the
a
hip
hip.
to the hip to the hip
Hip
to the
hop.
hop, and it don't stop the rocking.
Bam, bam,
Okay, there, Brittany found the video for you. Just go. Just witness that poor chihuahua is on the verge of fucking death. Like the one eye is fucking white. It's the comments. Just go to the comments.
Dude, that's taxidermy,
dead, dude.
That dog is fucking stiff.
Imagine
That dog's got rigor mortis already,
That's
dude.
it. You must check the comments. Somebody's like, "Oh, so that's what rigor mortis looks like."
Dog is so stiff.
Hey,
Why is that dog so stiff, dude?
I said, let's take him up, everybody. I'm robbing this place.
Add like a little teaspoon of cement in there for you,
Yeah.
dude.
What did they say?
She's so cute, but she looks like she's in rigor mortis.
She's a rigor mortis.
Yeah, there's another one.
She's so cute in a bad taxidermy way.
There was another one that was like, put her down, necromancer.
I will touch your hand when I say this, but she's begging to go.
Dude,
And the dog is fighting. Like, you know, like old chihuahuas, they just shake for no reason. That dog has one. And I love it, like, because
I don't
people
know
are
if that
picking up
dog's
the
alive.
weirdest animals. Like, they're picking up like a fat cat, and they're just like, stick him up, everybody, I'm robbing this place. And the poor cat is just like, what the fuck is going on?
I think your squirrel touched the power lines one too many times.
dude, that dog is not alive.
No. That thing's fighting for its life.
I'm telling you, that's like a really badly made like doll.
No, like a taxidermy. Oh, like those.
I think she passed about 2 months ago.
That dog is not
People are
alive.
fucking ruthless, man.
I love the comments though. Like people
Often
are
they
so
deliver
good.
such gold, dude.
Dude, like when I see a lot of comments on a video, I know that it's cooking,
Yeah,
dude. It's better than the
100%.
video.
The last one.
Yes.
I think there's something wrong with your raccoon.
Yeah. Raccoons are the ultimate white girl pet. They're just like, I want something that just loves trash as much as I do.
Girl dinner.
And it's just like this little raccoon rubbing its hands together. Every day,
in
I'm
the-
sure Brit said
Put in
to-
the cotton candy in the water to wash it.
and then it disappears. It's my favorite. It's actually so sad. Like,
It's so sad.
watching it, and it's just like, it disappeared.
It was gonna have such a delicious treat, dude.
Let me just wash it first. Shame,
There's
it's
sugar.
dirty. That thing's so used to finding trash, it even washes its food first. I don't even wash my food first.
I've never.
Yeah.
I don't even wash my hands, dude.
Apparently, that's actually like cause for serious gut health issues. Is
I
not
really do.
washing your food.
I really do wash my
Yeah,
food.
we know somebody who suffers from that. Yeah, that oak that went to the dentist and his mouth looked like his asshole.
It's a nice selfie, yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's my colonoscopy. You got a beautiful smile.
You just had to be there. Which one's that?
Gen X's and millennials vibing to a song about a tragic car
Yeah.
accident.
Like, for those of you that don't know, that song by Pearl Jam is literally about a guy and his girlfriend driving home, and she dies in a car accident and
It's
he
horrible.
doesn't. And like, it's like everybody's like, yo, that's my favorite Pearl Jam song. It's so bad.
Vibing, dude.
Yeah,
Vibing.
it's like Hootie and the Blowfish as well. They do that.
Oh no, that's crash test.
Oh yeah, Crash Test Dummies. Sorry, yeah, they do that.
The same, pretty much.
Apparently, so allegedly, urban legend has it.
Oh, shit. Sit down. That
Grab
Brittany
another
ate this
whiskey.
fucking butter, dude.
Ew. Yeah, well then why was it? Would it be your first choice of butter?
Oh.
Okay. But so urban
But,
myth, Urban legend has it that that song by Crash Test Dummies, they apparently were supposed to sing "What the fuck" instead of the part.
Oh, wow.
And then when they went on the radio, the guys were like, you can't just sit here and
You
sing.
can't fucking swear
You
here,
can't just
dude.
fucking sit here and sing what the fuck, dude. And then they were like, okay, well, yeah, let's change the lyrics to...
the fuck?
Yeah, so it's like, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed... Like, I think that's one of those, like, Reddit threads where it's actually fake and somebody's like, yo, I knew the lead singer. And that was probably like, I'm going to fuck with this guy so badly.
Yeah, it's true, dude.
It's like
100%.
every time somebody's like, how did Jack Black come up with the word for Tenacious D? And he's like, well, and then he just explains a different story every time.
Yeah.
And Dave Grohl as well. Like whenever somebody's like, how did you come up with the name Foo Fighters? He just gives a bullshit story
Yeah,
every
always,
fucking time.
dude. It's the best.
Like the one was like, yeah, Foo Fighters were the people that were hunting UFOs during World War II. I believe that
Dude,
for the longest fucking time.
I believe that until...
That was the real story.
Yeah, until right now.
Because of the Ray gun.
I didn't know that they were making up different stories until
Yeah.
you said right now. I really thought that was like the whole thing. The guys
Yeah.
were hunting
No, legit,
UFOs,
I
a bunch
also
of like
thought that.
tinfoil, the
Yeah.
tinfoil crew.
Imagine, like a B-52 wrapped in aluminium foil.
Tinfoil troopers.
Yeah.
Deploy upwards. They have to fly that like B-52
Good night,
upside
Bert.
down to shoot at the moon. Bye. Enjoy your butter. I'm on
First
to
choice
her,
or
dude.
second
I'm on
choice?
to her.
Thanks, Butro. I love cholesterol.
I love
I
refrigerators.
love refrigerators and cholesterol. There was a segue earlier there that we started with, and now I actually can't remember what it was.
What on the podcast, or you were like, oh, we were talking about Crash. I must say Crash Coburn.
Crash
Test
Coburn? No. Crash
dummies.
Test Dummies, Rigor Mortis, Chihuahuas.
butter.
No, I actually can't remember where.
Oh, she
what
smiled
the
when I said
segue was.
butter.
Yeah,
That
it's
was just
definitely you.
subconscious, dude. That was just
I don't know
subconscious.
where that thing
It's in your
comes
tummy.
In
Check your
tum,
pockets. Empty your
tum.
pockets right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find that tub.
Go get your Stanley. Brittany got a legit Stanley.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she
Just
finally
because she
got.
didn't order the straws.
Yeah, she got like a legit Stanley.
It
as
was a present for the
she just
family.
wants to make everybody known, like that she didn't spend that much money on a
I
cup.
didn't spend anything on it.
It was a
obviously
gift from
Yeah, but from who?
from one of Albert's friends that
Oh,
came
so-
back from America.
But like,
Yeah.
how much did you invest in that friendship?
Quite a lot, actually.
So much.
Yeah, but you got a Stanley for it at least.
Yeah.
Well, you have a Stanley now and her friendship, but so.
Okay.
Yeah, so she got the Stanley, and every fucking day now, she leaves it in the car.
Just in case it catches fire.
We get into the car, and it's puss hot after gym, and she goes,
It's like,
taste
ice.
the water. Taste the water. And then it just reminds
Come
me
here,
of that scene.
little dehydrated boy.
It just reminds me of that scene from Waterboy. It's like, oh, it's come from a glacier in Alaska. It was blessed by an Eskimo waterman. It was blessed by a magical elf shaman man.
Is that it?
Taste the
Oh,
water.
that's so horribly
It's so
disappointing.
cold. It comes from Alaska.
Is that plastic at the top?
Yes.
That will definitely melt.
Yeah.
It didn't melt in that lady's car fire.
Yeah, maybe because that was fake.
Bring me a lighter.
No.
I'll prove it wrong right now, dude. On this episode of Mythbusters. We're going to put this in a burning car.
It's
Come, let's go
plausible.
light your car on fire, dude.
Yeah. No, let's do the neighbors one rather. I like my car, dude. Fuck that.
I'm obsessed with this cup though.
Yeah, no, you are. It's a problem.
I mean, you've spoken about it 7
Yeah.
times already.
Is she gonna fuck that cup? The big dumb cup. I have 7 children, but I'm also a virgin.
Tonight on TLC. The Learning Channel, by the way.
This cup.
TLC stands for the Learning Channel. Did you know that?
You're a liar.
I swear to God, search it.
We're
Dude.
learning about people.
Learning about some guy stooping his flipping car.
Yeah,
dude.
dude. I'm attracted to my Mustang. Okay,
Look it up.
Google it for us.
Google.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
I learned that
dun,
it's bad to be
dun, dun,
600
dun.
pounds and try and navigate stairs. Ooh, I like this light on this thing.
No, man, that's the other type of TLC.
Mm.
Tender loving care.
No. Don't
I
go
don't wanna
chasing waterfalls.
Oh yeah, we did sing both the correct songs, just different songs.
It is the learning channel.
Thank you.
Say that into the microphone so the world can hear.
So, according to Google, in 1998, the channel began to distance itself from its original name, the Learning Channel, and instead began to advertise itself only as TLC.
Yeah, but what does the TLC stand for if they distance themselves from the Learning Channel?
I don't know, Google doesn't say anything.
It's the same as...
What are you hiding from us?
It's the same as KFC. They don't call it Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore.
I guess.
You said it's not from chicken.
No, because it's not real chicken.
I thought you said it's not from chicken.
Kentucky Fried Cat. That's why this area is so quiet. You know,
It's nice.
except you get
I'm thinking of moving out here, dude.
except you get the cunts with their cars.
It'll be here and we'll go, and then the podcast won't hear it, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. Every time there's been some arsehole drop past go, look there. The dog just closed the door to the bedroom because we're making a noise.
It's like, Alex,
Or
please.
it's a ghost.
Maybe it's...
Batman. Is that a... What is that?
That's drugs.
Oh,
It's insulin.
no, that's no fun.
Cuck drug.
I thought it was heroin.
Cuck drug.
Yeah.
Drug.
Yeah. You and your pancreas.
What would happen if you stabbed yourself in the pancreas with that?
Firstly, that's
help?
very good reach.
No, incredible. You have to get an extender needle, dude.
Yeah, use the Stanley straw.
Use a Stanley
Use
straw.
the Stanley straw.
That's
Maybe that's what your pancreas needs, is just like a...
Well, how?
Yeah, from a Stanley.
Yo, keep it nice and cold.
How cool
You don't
would
even
it
have
be,
to keep
though?
it in the fridge.
Oh, that's
Just
true.
keep it in the middle
You could
of
just
the
keep your
console.
insulin in the fucking Stanley. Yeah.
Oh my dude!
And it
Like
would stay
now,
cold.
now we know.
When you go camping,
Yeah,
tell you that's what it's for. Stanley saving lives.
camping into glamping.
Until like tomorrow evening.
But it'll stay cold.
You heard it here, folks.
I don't even have ice in here. It's just cold.
We are not doctors, so we're not making any good medical recommendations here.
Okay, tell me how they do it. What kind of black magic is in that cup?
No, it's not black magic. It's lead. It's lead. So some guy on TikTok was like, "There's lead in
They
Stanley's."
use asbestos.
And every white girl was like, "The fuck there is, my boy."
They use asbestos. It's a natural
Yeah,
insulator.
it is.
Naturally fucking terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't breathe it in. You're allowed to drink out of the cup, just don't breathe near it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No blowing bubbles in here.
Like a hubbly. But anyway, how cool would it be if you could like jumpstart like organs that weren't working?
I've thought about this,
That would
right?
be fucking great.
Or you replace them, you know, like the body snatchers, or not
Yes.
the body snatch. What was it? Repo men. Repo
Yes.
men. No, not a snatch like a weightlifting.
On TLC, the guys that take the cars.
snatch. Yes, yeah.
We gotta get this one
Yeah,
quick.
we're gonna get
He's
this one
outside on the lawn.
I've been here before. I used to date his sister. He's a wily motherfucker. This one, he gets a bird
That
to take
man
that
sawing
man.
a shotgun, sawing all the way to the trigger.
Better be careful or it shoots backwards. But like, so there was that movie with Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker a while ago called Repo Men. And that was in the like dystopian future where like people had these organs and they could buy an organ, and then if they didn't make a payment, these guys would come there and fucking saw this organ out of them. Like they'd literally drug them, take
It's
the
literally
organ.
like those
and
memes
go.
where it's like you get your tooth removed by the dentist and
Yeah.
then your card declines.
Yes.
And they are like shoving the tooth back. It's
But
just
that's
like
exactly
that.
it. Like that.
Exit.
Like people joke about it, and every time I see a meme like that, I'm like, "Ooh, Repo Man."
But that's real in a movie.
Yeah, Jude Law. Put them organs back, Jude Law. But it is. It's like for me, it's the wildest concept. Like I know they started 3D printing organs.
Yes, yeah, with
They
the
started with, like,
stem
ears
cells and shit.
Yeah. But like it's the weirdest thing. So now, like in Brit's case, for those of you that don't know, Brittany is type 1 diabetic. So I mean, we make jokes. It is a very serious illness, obviously. We make jokes about it though. But yeah, I mean, they're literally like 3D printing pancreas now.
That's
Like,
crazy.
So you can like, okay, obviously when the technology is properly developed, you can fucking buy a pancreas, like a 3D printed pancreas, and then
But I think-
replace it. And
I
don't
think
know.
like the science behind it is that they take your DNA and print
Yeah.
with your DNA, so that there's like
Yeah, so there's a match.
Yeah. So there's like a very small chance of rejection.
Yes, yeah. No, of course they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, especially like with that technology being developed, obviously, I mean, there's a lot of people. It's the same thing like when cloning started, and like with Dolly the sheep and stuff like that. It was a very contentious subject. So at what point do you say
it's the ethical argument of that stuff?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, at what point do you say, okay, well, nature needs to take its course, and then at one point do you say, okay, well, we need to intervene? So for me personally, it's kind of like, okay, if somebody's on like their deathbed, then it's
there's
like
no
nature sort of
reason.
taking its course. But I mean, like for somebody that's so young, even like kids that are born with type 1 diabetes,
give that dude a little
give
pancreas.
them a little
dude.
pancreas, let it grow up with them, and then like they get to lead normal in inverted commas. I mean, no life is ever normal actually, but like a regular life in terms of regular lifestyle, that they don't have to worry about what their sugars are doing and shit like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that's a very fucking cool concept.
I think it's really cool. I mean, like it's inevitable. Like it's very much inevitable.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
there was
can
that
3D print with metal. They can 3D print with flesh.
Yeah, they literally can. I mean, there's that. I was watching a documentary, a mini documentary on YouTube earlier this week, where this chick went to a restaurant. I think it's in like New York.
Yeah.
And they grow their own chicken. I know it sounds so weird, dude, but it's literally like she reviewed it like honestly. She's like, "This is fucking weird. This is very strange." And like they have I mean, it's a restaurant, so they're like testing the tech, but they've got a chef that demos the stuff.
Yes.
Makes like little like different dishes, and dude, it's literally the perfect texture. She's like the taste, like everything. It's like it's crazy.
Is it like meat or is it
It's meat.
like grown from vegetables, like a mushroom?
No, it's meat.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's like
See, for me, that's like this. Oh, what was that book?
because I mean that solves a lot of issues, dude.
That's set in the dystopian future, and in there they talk about these meat factories where it's literally just like factories that grow meat, basically.
Yeah, so I mean,
And
like
it's
if
the
they get this
wildest
right, that we can get rid of so many animals
So
and like have more cities.
yeah, it sounds fantastic actually.
Fuck them animals,
Yeah.
dude. We don't need you
I
anymore.
mean, I'd rather not, but yeah. but like that, and that's it. Like if you think about the capabilities of, like for me, it's a double-edged sword. You know? Like we're talking about growing organs for use for humans.
Yeah. I mean, I think
like
it all
for
like bundles in, right?
longevity is a different thing.
Even with that, like if they're growing kidneys and then nobody needs kidneys, it goes into steak and kidney pie.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you go past,
Oh my god!
it's like my dad. He
Is
always
this
makes-
human?
Yeah, my dad always makes a joke. He's like, you must never have a steak and kidney pie at the hospital. And for the longest time, I never got that joke.
My granddad used
And
to
I
say
was
that
like-
as well, and I only remember that
Yeah.
right now, dude. That is so nostalgic, and I had no idea. I just used to laugh.
Yeah, but that's exactly that.
And I never ever had a steak
I
and
was always
kidney at
just
a hospital because I was so scared.
And then I was just like, that makes no fucking sense. And I was like, oh, but people die there sometimes. What the fuck?
This mince is a bit chewy.
Oh, why does this one have a necklace?
This mince is a toenail.
Yeah. It's like, do you remember when there was like the Parman's Pantry outrage about the dude that found the tracking chip in his chicken, I think it was a chicken pie or steak and kidney pie.
fucking
Actually,
so
funny
funny,
enough.
dude.
And they were like, what the fuck? These are for domestic animals. You guys are using dog meat and then whatever. And then the farm that like rears the chickens for them was like, no, we use that to track our chickens. This is like where we make our money from. These are our like prize. Of course, we're gonna fucking track them.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "What the fuck?" And then there was this whole thing, and everybody's like, "I'm not eating Parman's Pantry pies because they found some chicken farm and they paid them off."
weird, dude.
And it might be the case, but still, it was just so funny. Like at the time, everybody's like, they're using dog meat in Parman's Pantry pies.
Bro, I mean, there was that outrage like not so
donkey meat.
Yeah, donkey and horse meat. But that's like
But that's
regularly
regular.
eaten
In Europe.
Yeah, but people eat that all the time.
In Europe, it's common. There's butchers that specialize
Yeah, horse
in
meat.
equine meat. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like we were in Germany, and we went past an equine butcher, and like we walked past, and I didn't say anything, and then Brittany looked at it, and she goes, "I'm fat." And she's like, oh, fuck, that's a horse. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, she's like, you're not allowed to go in there. And I was like, no, fair, I'll respect your wishes. I'm not going to go in there.
I wouldn't go into any butcher, like any, is that just like a shop front butcher?
Like just a horse butchery. Like,
and
it's common. Like, I've had zebra biltong before. And zebra sausage and stuff. And it's a sweeter meat. Like it is really nice. And like my gran, who grew up in Germany, she said, like, she's like, horse was very common. And the thing is,
the whole way through Europe. In the UK, they used to eat it as well. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think a lot of people know about the history.
In Europe, they still eat it. You have to obviously find the meat. But, I mean...
But it was very common when, like, during wars and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you would eat fucking anything during the famines.
But when the horses die, you don't eat it. They take it to the fucking game reserve. And they feed it to the lions.
They chuck it in there. They chuck it in dog food.
Circle of life, you know.
Chuck it in your Pritt stick.
Chuck it in your jelly tins.
Literally. Yeah. Dude, that's the thing. Like, these animals are so versatile. Like, I know we're talking about like animals for human consumption.
No,
like,
of course, yeah.
I know it's quite a contentious thing. And
I understand some people will be offended by this, and understandably, but like it's unreal. You know what's scary for me though?
Like a cow, those parts of a cow, you get all the way to like moisturizers.
Yes, cow hoofs. But even the ditallow, which is the fat that gets used in fabric softeners.
Yep.
So that's why often people complain about fabric softeners in the laundry machines and stuff like that. It's like exactly. So that's a natural fat, basically.
Yeah, and it sometimes builds that layer on your clothes, and that's why I feel
that's why it feels gross.
Yeah.
But
people aren't going to wash their clothes anymore after listening to this.
Yeah, just don't.
But this is the truth.
Yeah, just shower with your clothes on, rather. Okay.
No, like we really like that's the thing is like if we. I mean, there's overconsumption. I don't think anybody can argue with that.
No, there definitely is. And so for me, it's overconsumption and the amount of waste that comes with that overconsumption, that's so concerning. And I've been thinking about that a lot this week, actually, because a friend of mine, she teaches at a school in Rudderpoort, and she's trying to organize a feeding scheme, right? And she went to two very popular supermarket chains. One is black branding, very Lani branding, obviously, and the other one's like a turquoise branding. I'm obviously not going to say the name, but you guys get the idea. Anyway, she went there and she was like, "Oh, listen, you know, like she's trying to organize this feeding scheme at the school because it is there's like 20 kids that don't get a meal a day, basically. So she's trying to arrange that, you know, any sort of like just before expiry date stuff." Breads, whatever, can come to them and they can make samis. It's going to go to waste anyway.
There's a lot of wastage.
But that's the problem, is there's so much wasting and they like flat out refused, basically.
That's crazy.
Because there's already companies that deal with that. But the problem is it's such a misnomer in terms of that nobody knows how to just do it properly. Like, and I realize like this is the biggest thing, is that nobody knows how to just set up a system properly to say, oh shit, go through the shelves. If it's a day before expiry date, just take it to the school that's literally 500 meters down the road. If even. Take it there and then they can use it for the feeding scheme. It was going to go off and wasted anyway, you know. And like that's the thing. It's like the craziest thing for me that we have so much wastage.
Dude, a huge amounts.
And that's it. Like I see even at our work, we have... Sure, when we talk about wastage in terms of production and stuff, we have a 0.007% wastage, which means we spilt or wasted 63 kilograms on 8,858,000 kilograms produced. So we produced that.
You guys need to get your shit together. Dude.
Yeah, that's 0.07.
That's nuts, dude. That's crazy.
But that's it. And it's just like efficiency. So like cleaning out the drums, you don't throw that away. You use that in cleaning in the general purpose of the factory and stuff like that. So you can reuse those things for so much more, you know. And I just think we have this waste culture. And I see even like I was always taught as a kid to just save fucking ice cream tubs, jam jars, gherkin jars.
I've got a lot of tubs at home.
Dude, you've seen what this cupboard looks like and how often it comes in handy when I'm like, oh, I fucking made a sauce.
How
Where am I going to put it? Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh, look how handy this old tomato jar is. This old tomato sauce jar can hold all this fucking sauce, you know? And it's just like people have this like aversion to reusing things, which I don't know, it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And that's why I think I do a lot of purchasing secondhand. Like I love
Yeah.
buying shit secondhand to reuse and give it
Pre-loved.
new life. Yeah, exactly. I watched a show once where the guys, there was like this junkyard show on Discovery, and the guy comes in and he's like, is this car new? And he's like, yeah, it's new to you. And I don't know
That's
why.
so good,
It's
though,
stuck
dude.
with me forever. And every time I buy something secondhand and somebody's like, oh, did you buy it new? And I'm like, no, it was new to me though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's because I mean, even like technology secondhand, you can often get very far with.
Dude.
Fucking everything secondhand, you can often
Yeah.
get very far with if the person's kept it in the right condition. I understand, whatever. But you just do a little bit of digging and you save bucks, and you're also repurposing instead
Yeah,
of
and
just
also, like, I
consuming.
mean, you're contributing less wastage to
Yeah.
the world, right?
No,
'Cause
100%. It becomes a
using
cyclical
shit.
economy. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
upcycling.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
There's a guy I went to nursery school with.
Yeah.
His name's Alistair, and he ran a project when I was in varsity, I think, and it was called Upcycle.
Yes.
And he was in Cape Town and basically would go around to all these food shops and
Yes.
get all of their waste and then take them through to restaurants who would use them.
Yeah.
And like they did a lot of like community outreach
Yeah.
things, soup kitchens, blah blah blah. But like
Exactly.
the amount of wastage that he reduced was insane. And I think it's still a project that's going on. I haven't
Yeah.
checked it in years and years, but like they was making waves down there, and there was like international eyes on it, and like it
But
started a
that's
wave
exactly
of
it.
upcycling. And it's like
It's a
I don't think
massive
people
thing.
understand like an expiry date doesn't. It's not necessarily the date that
So-
something expires. It depends on what it is.
Yeah, so obviously, I mean, you can't take a chance of leaving meat out on a shelf,
No,
sort
no,
of
no.
thing. Like things like that, you have to be quite sensible about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's also like if like the bread doesn't have mold on it and it's 2 days past its expiry, that means that the preservatives in the bread are doing what they're supposed to.
Yeah, yeah. It's 100%.
The milk might be a little bit expired, but that's why people still making komas and stuff
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
I mean,
So you can
milk is pasteurized, really, so
Yeah,
you can drink it for eternity. It's
Yeah.
not lacquer,
Yeah, it tastes sour, but it's not going
but
to
you never, you'll never die from it. I mean, don't take that as medical advice.
Yeah,
like,
please don't.
guys,
Actually,
fuck.
we're not doctors, but still, do your research first. But still, but like that's exactly.
This
it.
is a 15-year-old
Yeah.
opening some Douglas Dale.
Douglas Dale 15. Yeah. It's gonna
It's
look like badger milk from that movie, The Animal, where he's like, "Ooh, that badger milk," and it comes out like cream cheese, dude. It's fucking
Dude, I miss
gross.
movies like that, man.
Yeah, and then it gets so strong, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's because there's a cougar heart inside you, and you got a lion kidney." And he's like, "No, doc, it's the badger milk."
Badger milk.
It was so fucking dumb.
That was so funny.
Now I remembered.
Yes.
Because we're speaking about animals and shit. Dude, imagine the first person that did taxidermy.
What the fuck was that guy thinking,
Dude,
dude?
imagine
He's
someone.
like, I want that forever.
Yeah, hey. You want to keep that dog?
You gonna do something with that?
You wanna
Are you
keep
finished
that
with that dog?
I got a proposition.
Can I pet
for
that
you.
dog?
Can I take that dog of yours? I'll bring it back in a couple of days.
I'm gonna bring it back to life.
I'll bring it back safely. And imagine the first couple of ones that they must have done. How fucked up they must have looked to try and stuff that thing properly.
But have you seen like there's those
the foxes.
those foxes that are fucked and the lions, dude, the lions that are incredibly fucked up. And do you know why they're incredibly fucked up? The taxidermists had never seen lions before.
Oh, that's
so those were the
true.
assumptions they made.
That's
so those
true.
are like fucking old things. Like a lot of those lions are like
Yeah.
extinct species of lions.
What the fuck?
But like they didn't know what they looked like. Because when they came in, they were a
Yeah.
little bit fucked up.
Yeah.
And try to piece
they
it
had fucking
together.
bullet holes
Yeah.
inside them. Yeah.
So that's why they got like eyes on top of their head and not the side of their head,
so
and their mouths are like, dude.
I mean, that makes sense though. If
Yeah.
you've never seen what
They
they,
had no
look
idea.
like, and you
I
have
mean,
no
if-
like photos for reference, it's not like you can Google, a lion,
No.
lion taxidermy, and then there's a full 2-hour video on YouTube. Oh, by the way, this is what you need to do. Like and comment, and then I'll give you the rest of the taxidermy video.
Subscribe to my Patreon.
Yeah, subscribe to my Patreon, and then I'll teach you how to stuff the tail.
With your penis. But dude, there's even like if you look at ancient, well, I wouldn't even say ancient, but like olden drawings of animals,
Yeah.
they're all kind of fucked up. Especially people like the guys in Africa were drawing shit like pretty good.
Yeah, they were.
But the Europeans and stuff, their depictions of lions were fucking terrible.
Yeah, but that's because they had never
They
seen
never
one.
saw one, dude.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, "Oh, I saw this fucking thing that has teeth." And they were like,
Did it look
"Okay,
like
well,
this? I guess.
That thing's got teeth, but it didn't look like that. And that thing's also got teeth, but it didn't look like that. And they were like, "There's something in between," you know.
Yeah, it's fucking weird,
crazy though. And but like, so now you say taxidermy, and now you say old world cultures. Let's put it like old world societies and cultures. I mean, if you think about it, taxidermies actually started with humans.
Yeah, they did with mummification
and shit. So some Brandy Egyptian was like, okay, not Randy, he doesn't have to be horny, I guess. But some
probably fucking was, dude.
Okay. Some high priest Egyptian was probably like,
hey, get Brandy in you.
you want to keep...
You guys call?
We're going to do something.
You got a dead body?
Yeah. You want to keep that cat forever? Hey?
It might be cold, but I'm going to make it warm.
Cleopatra, you like that cat? You want to keep it forever? Come here.
Cleopatra she was mummified with her cats, right?
Yes, yeah.
Weird, dude.
But that's what I'm saying. So it must have started with somebody going like, I do this to humans. I could do this to an animal. And then they just stuff this animal with hay.
In a pickle jar.
What the fuck, dude?
Literally, it was with hay.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, back in the day, it
that
used to be with hay and like frankincense and oils and shit.
Weird, dude. Fuck, humans are weird. We've always been kind of fucked, eh? Like, we've always been really weird.
Like, we don't king shame, but I mean... Sometimes you actually like, you have to wonder. It's like they always joke, like there's that guy on TikTok that jokes where he walks into the room and his mouth's covered in like milk, and he's like the first dude sucking on a cow nipple, and it's like, guys, you got to try this.
Dude, because like, I'm telling you, that was some pervert, dude.
Oh, 100%.
There's no fucking way, like.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been a natural like a connection to go like, okay, well, women produce breast milk. Cows produce that, their baby cows drink from that, maybe. But like, how do you know it's safe to drink? Like, this is my thing. Like, who's the first dude that's going, I'm going to risk it for a glass of white gold?
Because I think we're pretty good at like trying things out to eat them.
No, we
because like that. No. I'm just saying, like, people will be like, I wonder if that's edible, and they'll fucking eat it, and half of them die.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But like, that thing, instead of eating it, I'm gonna suck on those nipples.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That thing that's hanging very close to where, like a guy, there would be a dick.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like where that is. So no, that's four.
You heard it here, folks. All milk is
dicks.
gay.
I imagine.
No,
they're making the frogs gay.
I'm making them cows gay. But yeah, like that's the thing for me. It's the craziest thing, and you just think like, who was the first person to discover it? And I know a lot of discoveries happened by accident.
Yeah, of course.
Like alcohol, that happened by accident, and it was apparently like in old like Mesopotamian and Babylonian times, where people would store grains in clay pots, and obviously clay pots would soak up a lot of moisture. And that moisture would then obviously get into the barley would then germinate, and then it would die, and then it would cause the sugars to then sort of ferment because of the wild yeast. And then because they were just covering their clay pots, they weren't using lids. They were using buckskins and stuff like that. So that was causing an airtight seal.
Yeah.
So what it was doing is then the alcohol was evaporating off because of the heat, and it was condensing on the buckskin and then dropping back down.
So it's like distilling.
But that's exactly it. So the dude would walk in and he'd like open the buckskin and he's like, oh, what's this condensation? I don't know if you call it condensation. Cleo, what's the condensation on this buckskin? Oh no, it burns my tongue.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and then they were literally like, yeah, it burns my tongue. And then that's where brandwater, like brandy
really?
water. That's
was that Afrikaans?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Of course it was.
It's the food trackers. Yeah, before they made biltong, they made brandy.
Was it really the?
Yeah, that's genuine. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No. I'm saying. So the old term used to be aquavit or life of, water of life. Yeah. But they used to say it burns their tongue. So brandy, like burn water, or brandwasser comes from like that sort of term.
Okay.
Because it would burn their tongues because it had an alcohol content.
Yeah.
They weren't like people weren't used to.
Yes, imagine how fucking unregulated they must have been.
Now people just raw dog. Imagine people just raw dogging vodka everywhere.
No, it's not even vodka. It's like raw biblical vodka. It's like it's raw dogging like 100% alcohol from.
Yeah, it's biblical.
If you're licking that flipping buckskin, dude. Yes, it's just gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, here's Glenfiddich's barrel.
This is 3,000-year-old whiskey we're trying tonight.
Let's try Glenfiddich's barrel of 12-year-old clay barrel. Where'd you get this shit? No, bro, I don't know. Found it in the field.
No idea. Yeah. But they constantly keep on like finding red wines.
Yes, yeah.
Those are like
and yeast cultures from those red wines specifically. So like different yeast cultures get made or propagated again. So like there was a yeast culture in Belgium discovered not too long ago. That's like 2,000 years old or something stupid. No, probably not that. Like,
Literally
okay,
sounds
I
like
wanna
a
say
group of
400.
underground people. Like there's a
Yeah.
yeast culture.
Yeah, a yeast culture. No, it's like a Viking, like yeast culture from when they used to make meads.
Oh,
and
shit.
people have started, like White Labs in the UK.
You
they've
think you showed me
propagated,
this.
they've propagated this yeast so you can make a Viking. They call it, it's a quick yeast. So they've propagated it to have a mainstream version, and then they've got the original version. And these quick yeasts, you can use it to fully ferment a beer now in 3 days.
What?
3 fucking days you can fully ferment a beer. It
That's-
used to be at least a week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then you'd have to then do like a second, what
Yeah,
they call
it's a
clarification
big
step, which was like
process.
another week. So like you'd take a month to get a beer. Now, 3 days fully fermented. Some guys now what they do is they speed ferment. So they put them in a keg. They
like
pressurize
fucking
the keg.
put it in and they start drinking
Dude,
immediately.
literally, they pressurize the keg. 3 days later, you can tap that beer.
What?
3 days later, they put it, literally, it'll be 3 days. They put it into the kegerator or the Keyser, whatever they've got, their system. They depressurize it and they repressurize it with fresh CO2 because it's an anaerobic process,
Yes,
the
yeah.
fermentation, so you don't need fresh oxygen. And then, so if you propagate enough yeast because of the oxygen, you throw that in anaerobic, you get a fully functioning beer in 5 days maximum. Hey, how
That's
fucking
so
crazy is
crazy,
that?
dude.
It's beautiful. I love the science behind it.
That is nuts. Talking about science.
No, wait, also.
Okay, you
talking
go,
about
you
another
go, you
yeast
go.
culture. The Xbox symbol.
Yes.
Do you know what that's supposed to be?
Yeast culture.
A sour bread. A sourdough.
Oh, shit. Really?
it's supposed
I mean,
to
it
be a
makes so much
sourdough.
sense. As soon as you said it, I'm like, I
Yeah.
see it, but why?
So the dude who created Xbox,
Loved fucking bread.
he
dude.
really did. Like, I'm not even joking.
God.
He was one of the first people in the world to get his hands on like a residual culture or like a residual sourdough starter of like 500 years old,
Yes.
basically. And he made a bread. And obviously that sourdough is like you often
hectic.
cut an X into the top as
Yeah.
a traditional pattern for a sourdough so that when it bursts, it doesn't deform the bread, but it comes out beautifully. That's why people cut patterns in. And yeah, that's why the Xbox symbol looks like that, apparently.
Imagine going
allegedly.
from all of that to like closing down so many
Hey?
development houses.
How beautiful. Eh?
That spoon over there.
Which one? The purple one.
That's a very interesting thing that you just said.
What?
You said what color did you say it was?
Purple one.
You know that the color purple doesn't exist.
Lavender. What is this, lilac?
So it's
Tell me.
actually a psychological thing.
You're a fucking psychological thing.
Dude. So I came across this week, and
Yeah.
then I did a little bit of research into it because, you know, when you come across a video and it's like they just immediately off the bat just
And you
fuck
just
you
say
up
bullshit.
because they're like purple doesn't exist, and I'm like,
Oh, it's clickbait. It's clickbait.
yeah, okay, dude, purple doesn't fucking exist.
Clickbait.
Yeah. So,
Who's your favorite streamer?
okay, so purple doesn't exist because there's no such thing as purple protons. They just don't exist.
Purple protons, as in like purple, like basically molecules, or I mean, not molecules, atoms that could create that color.
Yeah, so there's
That could
nothing there
reflect
that
that light.
they will reflect that light. So if we look at like human vision, we've got 3 types of wavelengths.
Yeah, your
We've
codes.
got we've got short wavelength
Yeah.
cones,
Yeah.
which is our blue violet light.
Yes.
Then we've got our medium wavelength cones, which are green light sensitive.
Yes.
And then we've got our long wave cones, which are red light sensitive.
So
Okay.
RGB,
So purple is a color of what colors?
red and blue, supposedly.
Yeah, so it's red and blue light combined, which would naturally stimulate the middle wavelength, which is
Yes.
green.
Fuck off.
You see what I'm saying?
But is that why purple and green are complementary colors?
No, so so this is what happens, right? Okay, so purple is a combination of blue and red light. When both the short and long cones are stimulated simultaneously without much stimulation of the M cones, which is our green cones,
Yeah.
our brain interprets this as a color purple, even though there's no specific wavelength. So it's basically green. Well, purple is actually the absence of green light.
Yeah, but
The green proton, I guess.
okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That
So our brain
I
fills it
understand
in.
because it's like black isn't technically a color; it's an absence of all the colors. Just like white isn't a color;
It's
the
a
combination
complementary,
of
yeah.
all the colors.
So that it's
That's
So if you
weird.
take those 3 lights and you remove them all, you get black. If you combine them all, you get white.
White, yes, yeah.
But
And then if you combine, okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get your primary colors.
primary, secondary, all of those. But there's no such thing as purple. Purple doesn't exist. It's literally just created in our brains.
That upsets me a lot. But
Do you know why it
does your-
upsets me the most? It's because do we all see the same fucking purple now, dude?
Oh shit!
Like that fucks me up bad, dude.
Yeah, I get you. But so like if you look at that, that's like blue purple.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I can see that as purple.
Yes,
Because
but it's more blue than red purple. let's
and
put
during
it
the
that
day,
way.
that's 100% just the blue light.
Yeah,
That's like a light purple to me.
Yes,
But is
like
your light
lilac.
purple the same as mine?
but you
I mean, that goes into that whole conversation,
then it
right?
becomes like a philosophical question.
it
of,
fucks
do we
me
all
up, dude.
perceive the world the same?
But this is purely like this is one of those things that really opens up that conversation, right? Because it's like that color doesn't actually exist. So, do all of our brains make that same color?
yeah, and are colorblind people actually seeing the world as it should be?
Dude. Actually,
Or like, what do they call it? Not colorblind. Sorry, that's I think that's the right term still. I don't know.
yeah, I think it
Fucking
is colorblind.
Chroma challenge. No, I don't know. Fucking
Yeah, I
anyway.
don't know. But
like
colorblind,
you get
yeah.
colorblind, and then you get like visual impairments, but you can still see you see orange as green and blue as red or whatever. Whatever you have that it's almost like a
It's like
contrast issue.
tetrachromatic or something like
Yes, yeah. So
I've got a friend that we found out he was colorblind halfway through high school.
Yes.
So we were playing pool, and then he
Yeah.
was telling us to like hit the pink ball, and we're like, bro, there's no fucking pink
Yeah.
ball. And he got so upset, and he's
Yeah.
pointing to it like, Grant,
what's
what
wrong?
color are these two balls? He's like, yeah, this one's pink and this one's pink. I'm like, fucking hell. He's secondary colorblind. He was doing geography, so like doing like all of those maps and stuff, and he could not, like, he would get into trouble because they thought he was joking about like not seeing lines and all this shit.
What the
So
fuck?
he had like
dude?
special exemption. He had a teacher helping him with like his mapping lines and all this shit. It was so fucking funny, but
That's
like
wild.
literally out of nowhere, he didn't know for so long.
But that's it, like my uncle, he's colorblind. So like we always joke, we're like, how do you know when to go to the robot? And he's like, it's easy, I just wait for everyone else. so and I mean, like, that's it, like you know, like, oh, the top one's red, the middle one's orange, the bottom one's green. But you know what must really fuck you up if you're colorblind is when the lights don't work and you're waiting for one of them to just light up and you're like, fuck. I think at this point it's so safe to assume that none of the robots fucking
Oh,
work.
dude, they don't. Yeah, everything's a four-way stop now. Well, nobody stops.
Yeah, nobody stops. It's just a four-way
It's a
go
stop
when you
for
can.
whoever feels like it. But another color that's very similar to that is brown. Brown is a derivative of red and orange.
My body makes brown, dude.
Yeah, I know, but it's not actually a color, brown.
Red and orange, you say?
Red and
I get
orange,
that.
like burnt orange, burnt red.
Like an Nissan 350Z.
Yeah, but that purple one really fucks me up, dude.
Yeah, dude, that upsets me a lot because, I mean, like, there's so much purple in nature. This is the thing.
So much.
So it's like, yes, it's a made-up color, but is lavender then not supposed to be lavender? Because
See, like we got violet proton receptors, but
Yes.
violet isn't. It's not. I don't know how to explain it now.
But
I mean, it's-
technically, violet is the scientific term for purple.
No, it's a separate color on the spectrum.
Yeah, but it's
It's-
Roigabov, so it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet.
Yes.
Roigabov, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I remember it
yeah.
from science. Yeah.
That's it.
Red,
That's why
orange,
they
yellow,
don't say
green, blue,
purple on there
violet. Yeah,
because
that's it.
purple's not an existing
Yeah,
color.
technically it's violet.
Yeah, but
actually not
violet's
purple.
not purple.
No, but violet is a completely different color. Just like you have cyan, yellow,
Yes, yeah.
and black.
Yeah, or
and-
turquoise and
turquoise.
yeah.
Those are all different,
They're
very
different
different
colours.
colors. Yeah.
So like brown and dark colors. So brown, like purple, is not a spectral color. It is a darkened form of orange or yellow. So it wasn't red, sorry, orange or yellow. The color brown is perceived only in comparison to lighter surrounding colors. If isolated without context, it looks like a dark orange or yellow. So if you isolate
I get
it,
that. Like if you look at this is
Yeah.
quite orangey.
but I mean, if you've got nothing else to compare it to, the brownness of it disappears, and you'll see
you'd
like
see
yellow or
orange.
orange. Yeah.
That makes sense. I get that. I get that. Like, because if you look at some certain woods, like Kiat is a very orange wood. It's got very orange pigments in it.
Yeah.
So,
So if you've literally got no other reference, and it's just that, if it's the first time you've seen something you didn't know that it was
you
brown
just say
before,
it's
and you said what
orange.
color is that, it would be orange or yellow.
type of orange, that's weird.
You wouldn't know it's brown until they like introduced things around it. Then you go,
But
oh
that's
shit,
what-
that's brown.
So if you look at like a burnt orange car, like we were joking, or I was watching Grand Tour, and in there he's driving an orange car. I just can't remember what it is. It's burnt orange. And then all of them were like, oh no, it's just brown.
Yeah.
Like as a joke. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm actually like, oh,
No,
fuck,
it makes
like they
sense.
are like virtually the same color. like,
Yeah.
if you think about it on different spectrums.
Yeah. So like
That's
I went down
fucked
this
up.
whole thing, dude. I was like, I want to
Jeez,
learn more things about fucking colors. So like there's also something called color consistency, which is quite interesting because the way that we see color is light refracting off of it and interacting
Yes,
with
yeah.
it,
So,
right?
so it's basically what it reflects back at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if the lighting conditions change, those colors should change
Yes,
rapidly,
technically.
but they don't, because our brains fill in the blank. So it's like our perception of a color remains relatively stable, even under different lighting conditions. So daylight versus like tungsten light.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
you'll still perceive something as green.
Yes.
Like it might be a little bit darker because it's
Yeah,
got a
or a
shadow on
little
it,
bit
but
brighter,
but you'll
yeah.
know what color it is. You know.
fair.
But that's a different amount of light that's in it, a different color light that's hitting it, and
So you're
our-
seeing a different green, technically.
So technically we are, but our perception is that it's the same,
That's crazy.
which is also fucking weird. That fucks me up a lot.
Yeah, that your brain literally just does this compensation game. But it's also like, I think people forget that we actually see upside down and that our brain
Yeah.
converts the image.
Do you know, I always, like whenever somebody says that, I think of that song by, fuck.
Like Kesha. Wake up
And
in
down.
the morning.
No, it's like, brain, what's it?
I don't know.
Brain picks up and turns you around, turns you. Who sings "Follow You Into the Dark"?
Oh, Death Cab for Cutie.
Yes, yeah. They sing a song where he talks about like, I've seen you upside down, but my brain picks it up and turns it around. and
Oh,
stuff,
that's
yeah.
clever. Yeah,
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 it
fair
always,
enough. I get that.
It always like floats through my
Yeah.
head whenever I hear people talking about
Yeah,
it.
because it's the crazy thing. I think people forget that. Like, your brain just does so much and it compensates for so much. But, like,
Have you seen that experiment with that though?
what, with the image flip?
Yeah, so somebody
Oh,
wears those
if you-
upside down glasses, and if you wear it
Yes.
for long enough, your brain adapts.
Yeah, exactly. So
And then-
you take them off again, and then everything's
Everything's upside down
and
and
it
you have to
flips back
adapt again.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Takes like, and the scary
it's like
thing
a
is
week
it takes
or
your
some
brain
shit.
like it's actually
not that
quite
long.
quick. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
it's
think
not
about
long.
it, like you've been looking at like your life like this for however many years, and it'll take you a week to fuck that perception up. That's the craziest thing.
There's a guy that he was learning everything as quickly as possible. I used to watch on YouTube.
Yeah. During lockdown, he was
Yes,
doing
yeah.
the craziest shit.
And
Yeah.
he would like learn how to, you know those bicycles where you turn left and the wheel goes right?
Yes,
And
yeah.
he mastered that, and he couldn't ride a normal bike.
Yes, yeah.
And it took him ages to learn how to like ride a normal bike again.
And it was like also like
Your
it
brain
was
just
like,
fucking adapts, dude, which is so crazy.
but it was also like weird shit, like how to count cards and then also how
Yes.
to throw a card properly. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
He did a lot of cool
He
things.
did some really cool things and really like weird things, but I must say, like consistently, he was actually like really fucking talented.
Dude,
and I
he was
actually think to
incredible.
myself, like, if it's somebody that's really talented at those things, or if it's somebody that's just the average human, because I know he's like, I'm an average man, and I was like, but what if this is his thing?
Yeah,
like, he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
picking up skills very quickly.
I don't know. I mean, if you dedicate yourself to it, then you
Oh, yeah,
become better
I'm
at
sure,
learning things,
I'm
right?
sure.
But he did a wrap-up series where he was like, how many of these things do I still remember?
Oh yes,
That was really cool. Like wheeling a
I can't remember-
bicycle.
yes,
and-
yeah, and then it was also like riding a unicycle and stuff
Yes,
like that.
yeah.
Doing a backflip. I
Rubik's
watched that one. That was
Cubes,
cool.
all of those
yes,
things,
yeah, the
yeah.
Rubik's Cube one he actually got pretty good at. He got like sub minute or something.
Yo, it was
like that.
crazy.
Yeah, that was actually really impressive, I must say. I don't have the dedication for
I
doing
don't,
something
dude.
like that. I always think about it. I'm like, yeah, if that guy can, I can too. And I'm just like,
I get
I
frustrated,
couldn't
dude.
be asked, dude.
The most learning I'm doing now is Duolingo.
Yeah,
I'm fucking killing
I
it
lost
on
my
Duolingo.
streak, dude.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I delete the app.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if
did.
I lose my streak, I'm fucking
No,
done.
well, I changed phones luckily, and I didn't restore the widget. So
It's not moaning at
yeah,
you.
it's not moaning at me.
No,
I
I
haven't
think
gone
I
into
got
Duolingo yet, so on my new phone. So technically, my streak hasn't ended, but it hasn't started.
Mine's
either.
on my front page. Yeah.
So have you seen the little widget you get for it?
yeah.
So I put the widget there so I don't forget. Listen, Just like I started using my reminder app, and I still fucking forget, bro.
Look at this, dude.
Or I look at it.
Where's
And
my
I'm like,
streak?
okay, what's your streak? I've seen people like I saw Ruthie on fire. She's on like a 300 and
I'm on
however many
251.
day streak. Yeah, that's almost a whole year, dude.
Yeah.
Almost a whole year of
not
one
bad.
day.
But, dude, check how much I'm killing in these challenges. You know how many of these challenges I've done with you and you haven't contributed shit because you just don't have the app?
Yeah, well,
So it's like
Now
complete
you learn.
65 lessons in a week. And I'm like, I do them all, dude.
that's because my Duolingo is still on that phone.
60. Thanks, I'm using it, dude.
You're doing my Duolingo there.
Oh, this isn't me. It's wondering why the Zulu is so easy, dude. So check it.
Quapela Incha.
Yeah, so like I did, there was one where it was like 15 lessons or
Yes.
something, and I was doing
Yeah,
it with
yeah.
the Panda T.
Yeah.
So
Smash
like I
it.
did all 15 in like a day, and I sent a screenshot. I'm like, can you fucking do
Yeah.
something?
Why am I
She's like,
carrying
you don't know. She's like, please, man, you
Yeah.
don't even give me a chance.
She don't even give me a chance. man.
Bam!
You must do it. You must choose Susie as your partner.
Oh, she good?
Yeah, she fucking cracks like 10 lessons a day, easy.
Yeah, dude. This is 2 days. I've done
No, yes.
33
You
lessons.
shit a lot, dude.
No, I've been. I've
Fair
had,
enough. I'm
I've
sorry.
had diarrhea the
Well,
last
that's
2
a
days.
sensitive topic, yeah.
Well, no, it's a sensitive butthole. But
We'll just circle around that. We'll run around that. That's okay.
you don't want to, dude.
Nah.
It's quite kind of grim.
That was so funny when you sent that to the group, and then I saw that I literally opened up GIFs, and I saw that Winnie the Pooh one, and it was like,
Laughter.
it's Wednesday, get your poo on, and I was like, what this? The gods are smiling down upon me by blessing me.
It's so funny how that
with
was
the
like
gif
just on the front page, dude.
of bad CGI Winnie the Pooh busy dancing, and it says "Get your poo on." Fuck, I had such a laugh.
Yeah, but dude, I played with fire last night, literally, because I had green curry.
And you lit candles because it was
Jesus.
romantic.
Dude, it was. I was like, I know
That's
this is
bad,
gonna
eh?
hurt, dude.
Yeah, and you do it anyway.
You know when you wipe and you don't look because you're
Yeah.
pretty sure there's gonna be blood.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like I was just like, this is not the same consistency.
Yeah,
I don't want to look.
yeah.
I'm just going to assume
okay
that I
with
ate
not
beetroot.
knowing.
Yeah. I had a
okay with not
colonoscopy not so long ago, so I know it's nothing bad.
Yeah, exactly. You're safe. No,
Just
you're
that my insides are ripped to shit.
fine. Well, a lot less actually. No, but
Dude, did I tell you how I fucked up on Twitter the other day?
No.
There's a homie.
What did you do?
So there was this chick.
Did you say the word?
No, I'm not the goat.
Okay, it's such a laugh.
Do you want to explain what I found this?
So somebody made I think it started with Binks, and then other people started making like streamer tier lists in that tier list maker. But the funny thing is that Binks was doing it live, so like chat was contributing a lot, and it was quite funny because we were talking about it on that Friday.
But he was also really diplomatic about it as well. I mean, his was like,
he was honest, like by saying like, "Oh, he's never watched this person, so he can't comment on this person."
but then
So
he'd go and check out their stuff, and you know,
Yeah.
he even said like,
he
I
didn't
think he
check out
put me
mine,
in.
but that's okay.
Yeah, he put mine in like. He
Room
put it
for
in like
improvement.
good or something. No.
No,
He put it in
you in
like good.
yeah.
And then he was like, no, but if he looks at my stuff, he's like, you don't edit your stuff, you
Yeah.
know. And I'm like, oh, well, I focus on everybody else's
Yeah,
content
exactly.
more than I focus on my own. So
Yeah.
it's just a product.
It
like,
is what it is.
but
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me, dude.
No, exactly.
It's like,
But this is the thing, like, I mean, like, as well, like, I looked at it and I was like, yo, I didn't make the cut. And I was like, when the last time was that I streamed? And I was like, how the fuck can I be mad if I don't fucking stream?
but even if you
And it
do
was just
stream,
funny. Like, but this is the thing, it's all subjective, you know? And-
Yeah.
But the funny thing for me was that he had Boxy as the goat. Fuck,
if people don't know Boxy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's come a long way since
really
then,
has, he
and
really
he's doing
has.
a lot of improvement. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in the POC community that constantly check in on him and
Yeah.
make sure that he's okay and everything.
Yeah.
But he did drop the hard R.
Yeah. Well, the hard
multiple
N and R.
times. Yeah. The whole
Yeah.
all of those letters were hard.
Yeah.
And then was kind of unapologetic about it. But then
Yeah.
he took time to reflect and speak
Yeah,
to
he did.
POCs and then understand. Yeah, so he did a lot of improvement. But I thought it was quite funny that
It was, and
People
I'm sure,
including
like,
him
if
as
he
the
saw
goat.
it, like, yeah, I'm sure, like, I think
he's
at
got
this
a
point
sense of
he'd be
humor
able
now.
to take it as a joke now,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is the nice thing. And I think a lot of people, like, I took it as a joke when I saw it. I had a good laugh because I was like, oh, this is funny because it's ironic.
yeah.
I think some people did take it very seriously, And I do think we have to remember everything on the internet isn't real life. A lot of it isn't real life. And I understand it can affect people in a negative way, but I do think one has to take things like that where they're not trying to be offensive. It's not like they were racial profiling. It's not like Binks was like, oh, all the white people need to be in the fucking room for improvement one.
But, not wrong. Like I feel like our 100%. POC community kills it, dude. Like I say that honestly. Like I get approached quite a lot from brands like going like, we need people to do this, and I'm always pushing POCs, but purely from the fact
it's professionalism.
They're fucking hilarious. Yeah. They're like their storytelling is so good. The efforts that they put in, like it's just
white people can't tell stories, bro. White people can't tell stories. As soon I saw this meme where it was like, as soon as you see
who's that person that said that we don't have culture, like we've stolen culture?
I think
was it double scuffed? I think it was double scuffed saying like white people actually don't have culture.
Yeah, we don't.
Everything
even fucking Jonah, even King Arthur was from the French. White people literally steal culture from each other. We have less culture than a fucking yogurt.
Everything we've got is literally stolen.
Yeah, we literally have less culture than a yogurt. Dude, it's the worst. But it's like it's.
I'm not mad about it. Like
I don't.
Like
I feel rocks, dude.
No, I feel rocks about it. Like if people tell me that I'm like a white bread, I'm like, I know. Like we don't have the depth.
No,
right?
we really don't. But like for me, I think people looked at it in the wrong way, and I think certain people did it for the laugh, like I say, Binks, and I think even Enrico did it.
Yeah, Enrico did it as a meme. Yeah,
and then I think a lot of people started like getting malicious with it, and I think that's where it turned from being a joke to people being cunts.
So that's the argument. I think people maybe should be bringing to the table if they're gonna be upset about anything. Is that like you got to understand that there's people that are after people in the scene.
Yeah.
So this gives them an opportunity to say whatever the fuck they want, you know. So like that's where it becomes really harmful.
Anonymously, in air quotes.
Yeah. So like people will say shit things because now they've got an opportunity and they'll like lump in, you know. And that's when like Binks was really good because people would come in and like he would like start talking about something and people would be like, oh, but that's shit and that shit. And he's like, no. Like we're not here to jump on people's content. We're here to say like what would improve it for me.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing. I think people also understand is like if I had to list my favorite movies in the tiered list, it's gonna be fucking different to everybody else's. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be very different to everybody else's.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same with watching streams, dude.
But that's it, like we've said multiple times. Nacho Libre has a 40% rating. 40% on
which
the
is so
dot
fucking
on Rotten Tomatoes. It's
so stupid, dude.
And then you get fucking Vanilla Sky. No offense, Keanu Reeves.
It's
Vanilla fucking Sky, which in my opinion is dog shit. And it's rated. Even that Knock Knock movie, I think it is
dog
with
shit.
Keanu Reeves. I think any movie
maybe
with Keanu Reeves just does well.
He owns
but like
it, dude.
Knock Knock,
that fucking vampire.
That movie, dude,
so shit.
But it's got a better rating than fucking Nacho Libre.
Yeah, but again, we're not the target market for Vanilla Sky, but we're 100% for Nacho. You know, so 100%. like that's the same thing as his tiered list. It's like if everybody brought out a tiered list, there's no ways that we can all agree on one tier list.
We'll never.
We'll agree on who the goat is, dude.
I was gonna say we'll agree on who the goat is, but like you might be able to come to an agreement. But you'll never fully agree. Let's put it that way. Like you'll settle your differences, but you'll never agree in terms of saying that all of these people are in this. And you know what? In my personal opinion, and this is just a life. I'm going to get super stoic now. Okay, this is something I learned from Max. Is that the day you stop learning is the day you die. And it's true because like everybody has room for improvement, no matter how good you think you are. Everybody has room for improvement in any social or any aspect of their lives. So everybody should technically be in the, if you want to make a diplomatic list, put everybody in the room for improvement, except for the goat.
I mean, that guy's got his space. but 100% that, dude. It's like people, I mean, like Enrico definitely did it as a meme. Like I was watching back some of the VOD, and he was talking because people were asking about Roshka because there's a lot of people that go after her for stupid fucking reasons, and I don't know, it's all a bit childish.
It's the same reason why people go after you.
It's just weird.
You've only got one frisbee.
I don't know. It's like people only exist when you say their name. You know, I think that's what kind of people.
Harry Maguire. Don't say it again. He's going to appear here and kick my TV down.
You'll miss. Just head to the fucking wall next to your TV, dude. Hey, big one.
And then disappear.
Just run out, dude. Spends 15 minutes trying to climb back over your wall, dude. Do you need help, Harry? No, I'm right. Thanks.
I'm alright. Big okay.
No, but it's weird that people have this weird fixation with just trying to, I don't know, destroy people.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's a terrible thing. Is like I think you know what the problem is, and I know it's like the typical like. The reason why it's cliche is because it's true, and it's this idea of people project a lot, so they love tearing down people that they wish were the best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
So people that do things selflessly, they'll always bring it down because
something has to be wrong. Like they can't be doing it because they
Just
wouldn't
because
do
they
it.
want to,
Yeah,
exactly.
They wouldn't do it selflessly, so nobody else would be doing
nobody
it.
else can. So that's
It's
exactly
unbelievable
it. So
to
they
them,
project
which is their reality.
justifications onto it, and
Yeah, it's their reality.
Yeah, and I think that's why. So I think people also tear those people down in fear because they fear the self-confidence that a lot of people have, and I think they also fear that those people are doing what they can't or don't want to or try to put in the effort to.
Yeah.
So I think that's the problem, is like we just tear each other down because we fear this, or we actually we envy. That's the problem. So
Yeah,
people
there's a
tear
lot
each other
of
down
envy
out
and
of
jealousy.
Yeah,
And I think also in the scene, I don't think people understand how long it takes to establish a brand in the scene. A lot of people
And
have built
well.
this quite quickly because they've
But
done
that's it, like
a
Drowsy.
lot of work quickly.
10 months.
Incredible.
10
and now
fucking
she's
months, and she's part of the Women's Guild on Twitch.
fucking amazing,
She's fucking
dude.
brilliant.
And she's
Even-
great, dude.
But that's it. So
She's
you've
so
got
good.
her that did it in 10 months, and
Yeah.
then you've got Rishka who's taken a couple of
Yeah,
years
years.
to establish her brand properly.
Yeah, but that's
It's
it's like
like-
everybody's got their own pace, but the problem is it's this comparison thing.
Yeah.
And then with comparisons comes this whole thing of like, well, if they're doing
slippery
it and
slope.
I'm not doing it and my content is better, then there's something wrong. They're gatekeeping.
Yes. Yeah.
Then it becomes a click thing, and then it becomes this and that, and it's just like, if we look at how flat the content creation scene has gone this year.
Yeah.
Like I was having this conversation last night on a little group conversation, and I was
Yeah.
saying like, the whole scene has gone so flat because the people that are putting in the most effort are being pushed away.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if
they're
you
being
look at
forced out.
you look at people that were putting in full days worth of work, their time, their money, like getting nothing back. They're not interested in doing it anymore because people just shit on them.
Yeah.
So like, what's the point?
Yeah,
You know?
no, and it's true. It's true. There is no point because
No.
I mean, why would you do something? I mean, you don't do things for the recognition. You really don't. But at the same time, if you're doing it and all you're getting is negative feedback, then why carry on?
Yeah, I was saying this last night as well. Like a lot of the stuff I do is like it was my one of the last things my mom said to me before she
Yeah.
passed. She said, because she used to work for hospice.
Touch that.
She used to work for hospice, and like she was so selfless the whole time. And I was supposed to be doing a charity stream for Kangaroo Wildlife that weekend.
Yes, I remember.
And like we already knew she wasn't
Yeah.
going to make it to the
We were
weekend.
planning on doing like 24 hours. And,
Yeah, and she said, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I was like, "Fucking nothing." And
Yeah.
she's like, "No." I was like, "No, I'm supposed to do this charity stream, but there's no ways I can do anything this weekend." And she's like, "Chris, we do good things because we have the opportunity, not because we expect anything."
Yeah,
and I was
exactly.
like, "Fuck." I didn't understand it for a long time. It took me a long time to digest that, but like I boiled it down to, when you let somebody in traffic, you don't get upset when they don't say thank you.
No,
you did
don't.
it because
you might whisper under your breath, be like, "Oh, well, it's a
Yeah.
pleasure," you know.
But
like, you
that's
don't
not the
actually take
point.
it that seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like you let them in because you could.
Yeah.
You didn't let them in so that they could say. If you're waiting for them to say thank you, it means that you did it for you.
But that's exactly it. So if you're doing it for the thank you, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
And if you're doing something because you expect people to do it for you, or
Yes.
that's how you expect people to treat you, then you're doing it sort of, I don't want to say for the right reason, but
Yeah, but
it's-
there's reflection,
exactly.
so it guides you, right?
Exactly, because you expect or you hope that the rest of the world thinks like
Yeah.
that. So that it's like I do good things because I hope people do good things for
Yeah.
me or with me or to me.
So for a long time, and this is a lot of my therapy coming back now as well, but like for a long time, I would just do things completely selflessly
Yeah.
with this whole thing in my mind, just like I do things because I have the opportunity, not because I expect anything back.
Yeah.
I'd see people thrive off the back of the shit that I was doing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've done a lot of work, like we've done a lot of work behind
Yeah,
the scenes and never
100%.
ever like try to take credit or anything, right?
No.
So like
Except for now. No, I'm just joking.
right now we'll
Yeah.
be taking all the credit.
We're
We're
going
going
to
to make a list.
We're gonna give this list. It's going to be a Google sheet.
But what I've come to terms with recently is that receiving thanks and recognition and stuff is so good for verifying your trajectory or your momentum.
Yeah.
Because if you say you do something and you're not sure whether or not it's beneficial,
Yeah.
like you're not going to do that until you get some sort of feedback. So if somebody turns around and they're like, dude, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That just tells me that this made a difference.
Yes.
So that's the thing.
big
It's like
thing is that it had an impact. Because if you're doing something that's not having an impact, then it's
if people
almost
don't
like,
say shit, then you don't know, dude.
and I mean it is.
It's
true. You've
verification
got-
for me.
Yeah, it is. It's verification more than validation because it's like time and energy is a very precious resource.
Oh,
I
dude,
believe
yeah.
it's one of the most
100%.
precious resources. And the problem is if you're doing something endlessly without a change in result, then there's no point in carrying on doing it.
Yeah.
But if somebody says to you, yes, this helped me, then you can say, okay, this helped one person, it will help another. It will definitely help another if one person. If
Well, it
helped
gives
one
you a
person
result,
already.
and with the result, you can, propagate.
Yeah, you can either change things or
you got something to work
improve them
with.
or whatever. Yeah, 100%.
So when it doesn't, when you don't get all of that. So like this is something I was saying last time as well. Is like at the moment, the haters are louder than the supporters.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people that are doing good things are getting ripped to shit by people that actually they wouldn't have anything good to say even if they liked what that person was doing.
No, exactly.
I said it a while ago. Like these people aren't out to prove that you're a to prove that they're good people.
No.
Let me say that again. So they're not out to prove that they're good. They're out to prove that you're bad.
Yeah.
And that's the constant thing that they are going to do and do and do and do. So they'll jump on everything and try and make a worst case scenario for everything. And I don't know what the end result of that is because it doesn't. I don't know. I think it just kills off everything. Like I appreciate people keeping me accountable. But when it's coming from a genuine place where it's going like, listen,
genuine
dude, like,
concern.
I just want to find out why you said this because this isn't
I saw somebody. So
I had a full-on conversation with her,
and that
was
was
super nice.
That was out of genuine concern.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and that wasn't somebody going, "Oh, what the fuck? Why would you say something like that?" It was like kind of like a, "Hey, listen, I usually enjoy what you say, and I usually agree with what you say, but you said something like this, and I don't know if I agree with it. Let's chat about it."
Yeah, we had a full conversation in DMs, man. So, like, the first thing I said to her is like, "Thank you for keeping me accountable."
Yeah,
like,
but it's true.
Obviously, I said this from an emotional point of view. And I thought that I was using good examples, but like I can really see, like when I read this back, I'm like, it irks me. And I was like, I also want to know what should I do from this point? Like, should I delete it? Because if I delete it, then
it seems like cowardice.
Then I'm running away. But like I've also left a bit of an And like we kind of came to the conclusion that like because she's like maybe screenshot it and write a post about it. I'm like, I spoke to some other females in the scene. And some of the victims of sexual abuse that we've assisted with. And I was like, what should I do in this situation? So the first thing I was like, please just teach me. Make me better here because I obviously dropped the ball here. This was really shit of me. Yeah. And then they were saying like the thing is like if you screenshot it and write a whole thing about it, then people are going to lose the context. So it's important that you keep it in the same place that if people are affected, if they come across it, they can see the chain of events from there. They can see you getting shitted out. They can see you going, fuck, I did do something bad. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. And then they can take it up if they want to. But at least they got all the information.
Yeah, they've got the context.
Yeah. So, I mean, I spoke to Sweet Soul. She's so sweet. She sent me like 2 voice notes.
To be fair.
Dude, so sweet. But she sent me like whole voice notes and very, very endearing and like very concerned and just like, if we just had such a nice conversation about it, which was super constructive. I learned a lot. And I learned what I did wrong, which is important. Like, I think being kept accountable is the most important thing in the world. Yeah, like, exactly. I don't think anybody's inherently evil. I think people are inherently hurt. Yes. And people, like, I'm referring to Lackabra's, like, lyrics here, but hurt people.
Yeah, they do. And the problem is I think the biggest thing with that is that if they, like, there has to be like a level of understanding and a level of approach in terms of willing to to teach someone, but also
Willingness, such an important word.
The willingness to learn is also a very important thing, because if you're not willing to learn and you're ready to die on a hill, then you actually show no remorse. That's the problem. So I'm sure we've touched on this before, but it's like the idea of that if you like with an apology, if you apologize and you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, how can I be better?"
Well, I'm sorry for the way that you feel, and not I'm sorry for what I did.
Yeah. So if you're apologizing for how somebody feels or anything, if you say "but" after "I'm sorry," then anything before that is null and void. Kevin. Okay. Stop it. That's actually what's his name?
Kevin.
His neighbor in the complex. Game Face. It's Game Face's brother.
Oh, really? That's crazy. That's cool.
He saw the picture that I put on of the iPod on Twitter, and he's like, "Hey, I've still got my fucking original one with the case." And
that's so crazy.
So I think that's what he was trying to show me now. Anyway,
I'll
phone you back later, Kevin.
He's only going to listen to this on Monday and be like, "Oh, I'm still waiting."
Shit, he's still waiting for the call.
You have to call him on Monday night to make it like effective.
But so like we were saying, I mean, willingness to learn, I think, is the most important thing, because willingness to learn shows remorse or understanding of why your actions were wrong. And it doesn't necessarily mean that at the end of the day that if you've heard somebody's point and you understand their point, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to agree with that point. Yeah. Unless it's certain things I do understand. But it just means that you have to hear them out. That's, I think, the important thing. You hear them out, and also,
but you got to be willing to be wrong, right?
Yeah, you do. And I think that's the barrier that stops a lot of people, is that they don't like admitting when they're wrong.
And dude, being wrong is the best thing in the world, because the next time that happens, you'll be right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like it's such a perfect opportunity to change. It's crazy, dude. But like, exactly, people don't have the willingness to be wrong.
No, they really don't.
But I think it's also because people, if you're not willing to be wrong, then you're never going to make a real apology either.
So psychology hats on, right? Yes. Psychology hats on. Welcome to Freudian Slips with Chinwags.
I was going to try and do like a violin with my mouth, and I was just like moving my lips around. I didn't know what I was going to do. That worked.
Anyway. So psychology hats on, right, for a second.
Yes.
So this is my biggest thing, is that I always used to teach the kids when I was teaching. I always said to them, try your hardest. If you make a mistake, it means that there's room to grow or room to learn. The most important thing about that is that people hate being wrong, because there's so much shame associated with being wrong from such a young age. Because if you get something wrong, it means you're dumb.
Yeah.
That's the basis.
That really is.
I'm simplifying it as far as it goes.
Yeah, I'm more stupid than this other person.
Exactly, because I got one thing wrong. So they got 99. I mean, I got 99. They got 100, which means I'm dumber than them.
Same in a conversation. Like, if somebody proves me wrong, then I'm dumb. They're clever.
Exactly.
It's literally one subject in the entire fucking universe.
That's exactly it. It doesn't necessarily mean that, because especially when it comes to what we'd call cultural capital or general knowledge, I prefer the term cultural capital, because what I consider general knowledge is not what's the same as what somebody who grew up in Zanzibar or Mitchell's Plain would consider general knowledge.
Very different.
You're extremely different.
They're way more clever than you.
Exactly, but but they genuinely are in so many different ways.
But that's it.
That's it. So it's this idea of that, like, if you are wrong, you are dumb. So you don't want to admit that you're wrong, because then you seem dumb. And it's the problem with society, and I think that's the problem as well, because our most favorite thing is winning an argument and going, that is fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Because
like belittling somebody with your knowledge, where it's actually it's supposed to be a knowledge share.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got this like thing that I go around, and the way I treat people is that I know that everybody's better than me at something.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
everybody's their profession. Yeah.
Everybody's better than me at something.
Yeah, definitely.
So like, how can I be better than them? Like, I might be better than them in something, but that doesn't make me better than them.
But it just means that they've got something to teach you. That's the most important thing.
Everybody that you come across is either there for you to teach or them to teach you. Like, you're going to learn something from them, or you're going to teach them something. That's the world.
But that's like Max. We were sitting in a meeting today, and he actually said that with one of our older colleagues. He's like, "Oh, you just taught me that," and he's like, "That's actually one of the biggest compliments that he as a person can receive."
Yeah,
he loves receiving that compliment of that he was able to teach somebody something, because for him, it means that not that he knows something more than somebody else, but he's able to share that knowledge with somebody.
Yeah.
So it's not this vain idea of that, I'm smarter than you because I knew this and you didn't. It's
That's
the idea
so
of
stupid.
exactly, but it's
I
this
think like the
idea
older we
of-
get, like the more like you just understand how stupid competition is.
Yeah, but it is.
It's a competition that nobody else is
Yeah,
like
at a
competing
professional
in.
level, I understand.
Oh yeah,
competition. Like,
sure, 100%.
Like the Olympics coming up.
No,
Fuck,
sure,
I'm so excited for that.
Dude, I just can't wait to sit on my couch and judge people in gymnastics. I can't
Dude,
do
that's-
something fucking complex, dude.
We were
What a
sitting-
loser, dude.
We were sitting here last night,
Fucking idiot.
eating chicken mayo tramazzinis on the couch, watching the World Cup Olympics. I mean, the World Cup weightlifting, like, because we were like, who's going to be the top 3 in the different
Yeah.
weight categories? Because I mean, we like invested in our weightlifting now, so we were like, cool for the World Cup. Like, who did the best there, so we can check them out at the Olympics. And like, why wasn't Lasher, who's like the world's heavyweight, like technically the world's strongest person, like, why isn't he lifting and stuff like that? And we were sitting there on the couch, and then I was like, like mouthful of chicken mayo tramo, and I'm just like, that guy didn't finish his extension.
Didn't get under the weight.
Yeah, no, he only clean and jerked 253 kilograms. He could have done 254 if he just did his extension.
That is a lot. That's
Dude.
a quarter of a ton, dude.
That's still 15 kilograms off of the world
Oh
record.
my god,
Yeah.
that's so much.
So there's speak if you want to talk about Olympics now.
No, like I feel like that's a topic that's definitely gonna come up because it's exciting, man. I love the
I
Olympics.
love it too. So I love. The
I feel like
Olympics
it's too much happening
because
all at once.
There is, because it's like the Olympics, and then isn't there another World
And
Cup?
DSTV doesn't let me
Cricket World
open up
Cup.
2 channels at once.
Yeah, Cricket World Cup's also
Yes,
happening.
Cricket World Cup's happening.
Yeah.
Champions League's finals coming up.
Yeah.
That's Borussia Dortmund and
Yeah.
Real Madrid, which
Chasing
is
the Sun season 2.
yeah, that's crazy. Fuck.
Just finished Chasing the Sun season 1.
I need to
It's
watch
really
them
great.
both.
No, it's
I've
really
seen
great.
snippets, but like I
Yeah.
watch like where they're talking about Rusty's talking about what's his name, the winger,
Mapimpi.
Mapimpi, and like
Makazolo Mapimpi.
yeah, the
With these
pictures.
photos. Dude, you must watch
Fuck.
that scene. And it just comes out of nowhere in the series. Like they just
yeah. I
like,
mean,
oh,
it's
yeah.
all jovial.
Yeah,
and
and
I've
then
seen
all of
that
a sudden
whole
there's-
scene, dude.
And then there's the video of
There's
Rusty
Rusty just
crying.
fucking crying, dude.
And I'm just like, I don't know why I'm crying.
Dude, we have
now.
to actually talk about this because I don't think people are going to understand. But the first time I watched it, I wept like a little
Yeah.
baby, dude. I watered my beard for half an hour.
Our coach, he actually said to me, he's like, "What?" He's like, "Are you ready to cry?" I'm like,
Yes,
"What do you
she
mean?"
cried,
And I was like, and he's like, "No, you'll see." And like out of nowhere, and you're just like, there's so much emotion, because the beautiful thing is that they show you the emotion behind the game. They show you their headspaces behind the game.
Yeah, they're
They don't show
phenomenal,
you
dude.
like, oh, lekker, we went to Tokyo Disneyland and
No.
all of that cuck.
It's
They show
all-
you like the emotion
Yeah.
and the behind the scenes and the prep and everything, and even the media coverage and the shit media coverage that they got in terms of the flack that they got for the alleged racism allegations and shit like that. And especially for Rassie Erasmus, because in the first episode, they're like, all of the rugby players talk about how his like 4 pillars to success. The first one was transformation. His
Yeah,
first
he was the
pillar
person that
transformation.
he literally drove the whole process.
Yeah, he literally started that whole process, and he's like, everybody that's here, it's for transformation, and it's not like he said, he's like, this is not for quota. And they were talking to like the POC players, like Kolisi and what's his name, Spoon Kosi and stuff like that. And they were talking to them and like saying like how for them it's so demeaning when they get comments like, "Oh, he's just a quota player." Because
I mean, rugby is a very
invalidates their
Afrikaans.
skill.
It was a very Afrikaans
Yeah,
sport out there. So there was a lot of the comments. It's like, we need to get politics out of rugby.
Yeah. And you're like, actually, those are better than fucking anybody
It's
else.
not
in
politics,
the country.
buddy.
It's not
Yeah.
politics. They just fucking
They've
good.
won 2 World Cups back to back,
Yeah.
dude. It's like,
and there's a reason why. And this is the problem. Is
Yeah.
like, it's the idea that like when you invalidate somebody's skill by just like
you
reducing
simmer
it to
it
the
down.
color of their skin, that's
Yes,
the
yes.
problem. So you reduce their skill to the color of their skin, or their validation, or their position to the color of their skin. It's so demeaning.
yeah, you're literally
dehumanizing. Actually, it's terrible.
You're turning away an entire person's livelihood.
Yeah,
for
and that's it. Like, if you
something
look at-
judgmental like that.
But that's it. If you look
Crazy.
at like where a lot of, I mean, these guys grew up. Like, I mean, like Khaleesi grew up in Zwiebe, in Eastern Cape, which is a fucking like in the Hamadula's like
proper.
like a settlement, you know. And the thing is, for him to come from that all of that difference, face all of that difference and struggle.
Yeah,
and make
Mackay
it
and
to where
Tini
he
did
is.
the same thing, dude.
Exactly. And then just for it
Grassroots
to
all
be reduced,
Beautiful.
you know.
Yeah,
to skin,
yeah.
It's,
You quit.
it's fucking crazy.
the
But it's
struggles,
such a
man.
beautiful series to watch,
Yeah.
actually, because they address those things and they're not scared. And the thing is, like, even Rassie Erasmus was like, how must we change something if everybody's too scared to talk about it? This
Yeah.
is the thing. Because he's like, nobody wants to say, ooh, but there's black players on the team.
Yeah.
And he's like, how must we address that if
we don't-
if nobody wants to talk about it? You know,
Yeah.
and he's very open about transformation and
Yeah.
everything. And you must see how upset he
that out,
gets
dude.
when that whole thing with Mpimpi, when he was walking towards the bomb squad and then the bomb squad like,
Yes, yeah.
shoot him away.
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds later, Lut Diago was walking to them and they shoot him away as well. But the
Yeah,
coverage
but they
didn't
don't show
you
that.
know.
Yeah, of course.
So and even Mpimpi was like, he explained the whole.
Yeah, he
scene.
didn't get upset. He just walked away
explained-
like he knew.
And he explained
Yeah.
it. He's like, oh,
It's
I
the
saw
bomb
it was
squad.
the bomb squad, and they
Yeah.
like made the joke, and he explains it, and then it makes so much sense. And obviously, at the time when they justified it like that, everybody was like, oh, it's a cover up.
Yeah. He's being paid to say that.
And then you
yeah.
can see his genuine emotion, and you can see how upset Rassie gets, and
Yeah.
how upset the guys get for Rassie because his biggest thing was transformation.
Yeah.
You know, and having the first black captain, you know, of our sort of in the new South Africa team. You know.
Well, I think, first
And
black
it's-
captain ever, right?
No, well, so there was the sort of black 15.
Oh, yeah.
the Black Springboks sort of
Yes,
back in the day.
okay,
but-
yes, I remember
So,
that, yeah.
and that was like Chester Williams
Yes.
and so on. And then when,
Yeah,
obviously in the
actually.
95 World Cup, Chester Williams was brought into the team, but it
Yeah.
was like literally only him.
He
you
was
know.
and the most famous
Yeah.
photo of that airplane flying over, he's
Yeah.
behind a post.
Yeah,
Can't
exactly.
even see him. Like, you can
Yeah.
see his little arms and legs sticking out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Man,
the
so
craziest
sad
thing.
because he's
It
like,
is.
that is
He was
such a
fucking
fucking
phenomenal.
powerful statement.
Yeah, it is.
And again, Springboks as well. Like, dude, Rassie must just be our fucking president, dude.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
I
Like,
see now he got his honorary doctorates from
Yeah.
NWU.
yes,
which
he
is
cried
really,
as well.
really
Made me
great,
cry
so
again,
well
dude.
done.
Seeing that guy cry is like seeing your father cry.
Dude, it's
it makes me
unreal.
so emotional,
It's
dude.
unreal, man. And it's like, and he's such a funny guy. And then like we were watching the series. Well, I was watching it and Britt was watching it with me. And she was like, yes, but he swears a lot. And I was like, everyone swears a lot. And they do. And it's just the harsh reality of the sports. It's a very
Dude,
stressful
any
environment.
sport, man, you do.
Anybody that tells you they live like they play sports and they don't swear like that.
No,
then
lies,
they
dude.
are, exactly. Because it was,
Lies. We were getting
it's
sworn
funny,
at and
even
flipping-
Dwayne Vermeulen, dude,
Yeah.
he sits and he's like, if you've got nothing positive to say, shut the fuck up. And everybody's like, whoa. And he's like, shut the fuck up if you've got nothing good to say. We're taking this, we understand we're doing fucked up. Rassie cucked us out, he gave us what we need to focus on, and we go from here.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a straightforward no shit attitude. And
That's
I
what
love
won
it.
it, dude.
And the beautiful thing is that like you could see like the teams that play for themselves and you can see the teams that play for each other, and all of the top 4 teams are the teams that play for each other.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
But
the
even-
Irish team, they played for each
they
other.
do.
The French, they played for each other.
Yeah, and the New Zealand's been known to do that
they
for
just-
ages.
That's
It's
also
like
skill. It's a skill thing. with
Skill
them.
and
it's also just the
family.
heart and the
Yeah,
passion
yeah,
that
it's
they put
everything,
into it.
dude.
You know, and that's what you can see the teams that want it that
Mm.
much. And it's not saying that the smaller teams don't, because that's a depth concern and stuff
but
like that.
it means more to the bigger teams. Like, I
Exactly.
mean, it's literally everything. I mean, you look at our
100%.
other sports, like there's no. If I look at any team sports, like
Yeah.
you don't have that amount of passion and love for that sport anywhere,
No
especially
ways.
for each other.
Yeah.
Like, you look at that cricket and it looks flat.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like
You know, you look at the
never
footy,
get that
it looks
sense of-
flat.
You never get that sense
like-
of camaraderie.
No. Like,
that's
this
the
was like,
thing.
I don't give a fuck how I look.
Yeah,
I give a fuck how I play.
Leave bodies on the field.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
it.
it. Like
Yes,
you
they
watch
get
that,
hurt,
but even the way they hurt the other Oaks.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I forgot that like during the World Cup when they played against Italy, literally 3 subs in the first 10
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
minutes.
they took 'em out.
Or something stupid.
Yeah.
Because they literally pushed Oaks heads through their assholes.
Yeah,
in
but that's
scrums
what
and
I mean.
shit,
Rusty would
dude.
say,
Yeah.
"Fuck him up."
Yeah,
Go in there and
because-
fuck him up.
But that's exactly it. And
We're the most
it was
physical
this
team in the
physical
world.
Team. Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like, I mean, if you look at England, like Joe Marler, that is a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the whole time, they kept on like egging on and going, okay, well, we're much stronger and much more physical than them.
Okay.
And then in that final, we literally fucked him up because it
And
was
destroyed.
like this constant like pushing, and then it was like tectonic plates where it eventually just gave
Yeah.
way, and it was unreal. real. Like, you must just watch that.
Yeah, no,
season
it's
1
power,
is
dude.
fucking brilliant, actually.
It's power.
I'm keen to watch season 2, but yeah.
Like I wanted to talk about the Mpimpy thing, but
Yeah.
let's leave that for people to see, because I don't want to ruin that, because it's so
a
fucking
beautiful,
powerful.
It's a beautiful thing.
I
And,
feel like a lot of people have
it's
seen it
very
because it's been
sad,
shared quite a lot.
It's
But
very sad, but it's such a hectic thing to see.
it makes you love that oak so much more, man.
It does, actually. But
It
also,
also
like,
tells you, like, people are fighting so many battles. Like, that oak is a fucking athlete, dude.
Yeah.
He is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like, he's a shell, dude.
Yeah,
like
100%.
there's darkness inside there, man.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how a lot of people are walking around these days, dude.
They're
You don't
trying to
know
hide
that.
it. No,
Yeah.
but
You
that's
don't know
exactly it. And it's also like Spoon Corsi. He is one of my favorite quotes that I've actually heard this whole year. He said in there, he said, you know, of course it's disappointing because he played his heart out before the games, Tri-Nations or the
he didn't make it into the
Champions Cup or whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't make it into the starting.
Yeah.
He made it onto the 23 for the final, I think.
Yes, yeah.
Played a little bit of the final. Or against Japan when it was after Cheslin Colby got injured.
Yes, yeah, he stepped in.
Then he stepped in, and that was against, I think, Italy or whatever. So he
Yeah,
played
it was a
against-
lower tier team.
So he played against Japan. That's it. So he played against Japan.
And we
it
lost
was-
that game, didn't we?
No,
no,
no.
the second
that
one.
was the second one. We won that
we
one,
won
yeah.
that, yeah.
And then it was the craziest thing. And he said, he's like, you know, obviously it's disappointing not being in the starting lineup or playing games for the World Cup. But you know what? He's like, the fact that I'm there helping my teammates prepare for the best, making sure they are the most prepared for the game that they can face.
Crazy.
He's like, that's professionalism. And it's true. It's
Dude,
fucking
imagine that was,
professionalism
like,
because you're
fucking
on the
everywhere.
same team. You're on the same fucking team. And you're just making sure that oak is in his peak performance
Yeah.
to take the country forward. Not
Dude,
just
imagine we
you
just-
and the team, to take the country forward.
But imagine, I mean, they were playing for the
Yeah.
country. They're playing for so much, man.
Yeah.
Even now, like, it's crazy. But imagine we took that mentality
Yeah.
and applied it to fucking whatever we do.
Yeah.
Like, we talk about this content creation scene. Imagine everybody was
not
doing
even that,
the
even in
most.
business.
But think about
Just
this
as a
content,
friendship
dude.
group.
Yeah.
Even.
But think about in content creation, if everybody was doing the most to make sure each other succeeded, you wouldn't have to worry about yourself because somebody else is helping
Somebody
you.
else is worrying about you. That's the
you
biggest thing.
don't have to worry about it.
And that's it. Like, I see that even like in business, I've tried to, like, now with doing a lot of trainings and stuff like that with our guys at work, like, I've tried to cultivate that idea of that if we all, it's not a case that everybody succeeds individually. Yes, there may be an employee of the month, but that person just went
sure.
over and above of what they were supposed to do.
Sure.
But if you
and it's a
succeed
good personal
together-
motivation.
It
but
is,
like,
but if you succeed together,
Yeah.
it's the biggest motivator. That's the thing.
I mean, this was the whole idea behind the community champion featured streamer thing. Was I wanted to show people how beneficial it was to support other people, and Fifi's such a good example
Yeah,
because Fifi came into the scene. She was supporting a lot of people. She's like, I want to start streaming. She got her affiliation in the minimum amount of time.
Literally,
I think it was like 7 days or something.
literally a week.
Got it so quickly,
Yeah.
moved up to partnership in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And all of that was on the back of her supporting the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
And as soon as she started streaming, everybody was there.
But she's also just a good person.
She's incredible. But this is the thing, right? When you support other people, your personal brand builds because people see you doing good things and they go, that person's really nice. I want to support them back. Or, if they see your name, they click on it because it's familiar. So the more that you show up for other people, the more your brand gets out there.
Yeah.
And that builds your brand and builds your name and builds your numbers and everything. You don't even have to worry about that. If you are genuinely supporting other people for the purpose of supporting those people.
But you see, that's where it comes in. That's the important thing, is that you're supporting for support and you're not supporting to expect things in return.
As soon
So
as you
if you
start
spend-
going there, like, this person needs to come back to me. If I support this
I
person,
spent 15 minutes on this person's chat.
they need,
I sent 3 messages.
yeah.
They owe me 3 messages in 15 minutes.
Because that's how people treat it.
Yeah. That's this constant IOU of effort.
And it's not that. It's like when you are showing up for other people, people show up for you. You don't have to do anything about it.
No, but that's
you don't have to
exactly
go
it.
out and go, okay, I hope
It's 'cause
people
they
come
want
to.
to.
Yeah. It's not an exchange. You're doing things because you can, not because you
And
expect
because you
anything
want
back. Yeah. And you go in there and you just support the shit out of people. People start showing up because your name's out there. People go, I recognize you. Do you stream?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes.
sometimes, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just it worked really well during like lockdown. And last year it did really well. And
Yeah,
it's like
it did.
people started building up communities. There's lots of friendship groups that are built up. There's like people doing extremely well
I
on the
think
back of supporting
communities
other
as
people.
well, yeah, like you
It's really
say.
cool, yeah. So
That's the nice thing.
that was the whole reason I started it. But I stopped it this year.
Yeah.
I might start it again, but personally for me, every single time somebody got nominated or somebody went up, I'd get 40, 50 insults
DMs,
or
yeah.
people moaning about things and hating
Yeah.
me and
But you
shitting me
see,
out.
that's the
And
problem, is that those people.
that's why
aren't-
one of those people is constantly on my back is because they never got made featured stream, which is fucking insane to hate a person and try and pull them down,
Especially
pray for their
somebody that
downfall.
keeps saying, "Oh, the internet isn't real." Well, then why are you so fucking worried about it?
I don't know, but like that's the thing, is like it became really abusive towards me, and like I realized through therapy and stuff that doing so much for everybody else and like taking that as a transaction, like the transaction is that I will get hate
Yes.
for uplifting other people.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's not worth it anymore, man.
No, and
It
that's
killed it for
that's
me.
the sad thing, is, and it's as well. You've got to protect yourself to a certain level. And like my dad, fuck bless him, when I was sick last week, he sent me a gift. I don't think he quite understood the purpose of it, but it said protect your energy, and it's like this cute little like gift. But I mean, he was obviously just saying like rest.
Yeah.
He meant it like that. And I mean, we
that's
understand that as in,
impactful, dude. Yeah.
it is, and we understand it as protect your energy, as in you protect yourself from shit, you know.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. Unfortunately, all of that, even though you wanted to carry on enduring it, and you did endure it for a long time,
Dude,
that shit.
2-3 years I was getting that for.
But that's
it's
exactly
like
it.
fucking
And then
insane.
it's
When
like
I
at
look
the
back,
end
I'm like,
of-
why, dude?
Yeah.
Why? Like,
But also, why are people just cunts? Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, why are
no,
people
it's
just
true.
fucking cunts?
I think you know what the biggest problem is I think we spoke about this last night in our little group call as well. Is that
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of loneliness out there. I think
Yeah.
people, like, you can be surrounded, like V was saying, that you can be surrounded by all the people in the room and still be lonely. And that's the thing, is like,
Yeah, that's a.
I think
that's
the
a
loneliest
thing of
people-
relating to people.
yeah. I think the loneliest people are surrounding themselves with people that are keeping them lonely.
Yeah.
That are kind of encouraging them to continue with shit behavior.
Yeah.
And like, again, I hope they heal from whatever hurt them,
Yeah.
but like, it's not a way to behave. And like, the scene can't progress when people are hating
No.
each other so much, dude. It's just like I said, so many people are leaving. I've had the conversation so many times, like, just like, do I stay? Like,
Yeah.
is it even worth it? Do I just like kind of back out? I got so many projects that I want to implement and so many
Yeah.
things that I want to do, and I'm just like, I don't want to endure hate for this.
No, but that's exactly it. You want to actually be able to give proper energy to those things. And the problem is, it's like if people are just going to make hating and being the villain
Yeah. The whole
a whole personal identity, then like the problem is they're getting attention for it. So it's the attention that they crave. And I think that's the biggest problem. Like you say, is the loneliness is.
yeah, it's lonely.
they're
Sometimes people
feeding-
only speak to you when they're being shouted at.
Yeah.
Like, that's
But again, that's coming from a hurt thing because they got
It's hurt
attention
people,
for
hurt
doing
people.
something wrong.
yeah. I've said it a long time ago, and I don't want to equate people to puppies, but puppy school taught me this, and it's
Yeah.
like you only reward good behavior, right? So
Yeah.
when people are good, like, you give them attention, and when people are bad, you ignore them.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
And eventually
Hopefully
you stop
they'll
seeing, but eventually you stop seeing all the negative stuff because like you forget about
Yeah,
it.
it filters through.
But it's just like these are good people. I'm sure they're good people.
Deep
like
down inside everybody.
the one
is a
person
good
I was really
person.
good friends with,
Yeah.
she's an incredible content creator.
Fucking
Like,
creative.
fucking insane.
Fucking
dude.
brilliant creative.
Love her art, love her craft, like
Yeah,
the music she used to make, all that stuff.
yeah. Just an incredible creative. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
dude, one of my
Creative
favorites for a fucking long time. I used to punt out a lot. But yeah, like, I don't know, dude. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
I
so
think
weird. Because
just,
I honestly think, like, if we just had a conversation, we'd be like, okay, well, what the fuck are we actually doing? Like, this is really
Yeah.
stupid.
But I think it's also like let me see if I'm going to use this word correctly. But it's this, I don't know. I think it's this idea of pride and not being able to put something aside.
Somebody
like you
has
said,
to
of
win,
being,
dude.
of being wrong. You know.
Yeah,
And-
like, somebody has to win.
Yeah,
and like,
hubris.
It's such,
So it's
yeah.
it's this whole idea of hubris, and I mean we saw it today, this week at work. Even it's this idea of hubris in terms of saying that people assume because they've been there the longest that they're the senior sort of thing, and that's not true. You can be there for 10 years and you can still be shit at what you do because you don't have this attitude to learn. And it's also like you could be what you assume as a good person, but you might treat other people, or you might consider yourself a good person, but what you do has a lot of expense, or
it's a different reality to somebody else's.
It doesn't have a
experience of
recourse
you.
to somebody else's, or it has a recourse on somebody else. And the problem is, if you can't see that, then it's also almost like you can't appreciate somebody else's feelings. And the problem with that is that it's just a massive it's just massive hubris, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it's strange. Like, it baffles me, it really does. But it's also incredibly demotivating.
Yeah,
like, it's just like
100%.
Again, when you can't do good things anymore, man.
Yeah.
It's like I feel very defeatist when I say shit like that, because
it is.
I got a lot of energy and I want to do good things, and I'm
100%.
still going to do good things. But it's like, it's just fucking demoralizing, dude.
But
like when when the haters are the loud, the loud people out there, and they're just fucking constantly on everything. And it's like, if you don't like me, just let's do other things. Like, we don't have to cross paths constantly on every single path. We can just we could just go our own separate ways. You do your thing.
But you don't have to.
None of us interfere. We don't have to interfere, dude. I think there's also this weird misconception that like people are gatekeeping opportunities in the scene, which is also fucking weird. Because if any of us had any say with any brands, then I think like we would be doing a lot better. Like, I think we would have better setups and everything. You know, I get asked a lot, and I recommend a lot. How this one person, I recommended a cat company to go and work with her, and they are. So it's like, it's crazy. Like, there's no, I don't know. It's really weird. Like, this gatekeeping thing, nobody's got the power to do that, dude.
No, but that's
we've got the power of recommendation, but like, even that doesn't go far, because.
But it's also, if you've been a cunt, you've been a cunt. You sorry for the vulgar.
No. It's true though, dude. Like, it's evidence. It's out there, and if it's out there, then it's going to damage your reputation.
But that's it. You can't deny that it's there. And if you're going to act like a dose, you're going to get treated like a dose. It's as simple as that.
The thing is, dude, like, not a lot of people are going to turn around to you and tell you that you're being a dose.
No.
They're just not going to talk to you.
No.
And that's the thing, dude.
But you got to wonder, when it's only you reacting with your posts, then, I mean, you actually the circle jerk, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're fucking circle jerking yourself.
Yeah, I don't know, like, dude. It's like, again, hurt people, and I hope people heal and stuff, but it's like, fuck, just go in separate directions. And if you ever need help,
like you say, you hope
got my number. Heal. They can distribute it between each other and give me a call. I'm more than happy to have a conversation and see how I can help. But like, the more that we keep on just like playing this stupid game, like, nobody progresses.
No, exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah, go make the good content you make, dude. You don't have to create characters of me. Like, it's a compliment. Yeah,
it really is, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you don't need to do that. Like, there's bigger issues at play, and also like the scene united is so much more powerful. We saw it during lockdown and stuff, how people just excelled. People found passion and happiness,
supported one another, and then you had these massive charity efforts coming through. Like,
incredible.
Like, that's the thing. I think for me, the biggest thing was the support, and I think the nice thing was the amount of charity things that were being done.
Oh, dude, because it was just so possible, dude.
It slowed down a lot, and I understand why. People go about and they get busy. But
we also got a lot of things through lockdown.
No, 100%.
Things that can go wildlife. They couldn't feed the animals, dude. And then all of a sudden, community comes together, raises money. These people twice, and they're able to keep their doors open. Like, we're on plaques on their wall, apparently.
Honorary members.
Crazy, but this is the thing.
And I mean, that's the thing. It was like, how many streamers? I want to say almost like 200 over the two sessions, or 200 different streamers out.
Yeah,
which is fucking incredible if you ask me.
Crazy, dude.
And I mean, that was like, there were 24-hour streams, there were community streams.
Dude, there was whole weekend streams. It was crazy things,
it was incredible, man.
That's the thing, is like, I think. there's just a lot of people moving away from each other, and it's like the more we unite, the better we make a scene. It might might not be a sustainable profession in our generation.
No,
but it can be for the next.
Not yet in South Africa. I think that's the big thing.
I think it can for some people, and it is for some people.
For some people, yeah.
But not everybody that streams is gonna be able. Like I'm gonna be completely honest now. I don't think any streamer is going to be sustainable right now. You need to have something else.
No, exactly. And that's what a lot of clever people do have something else.
Yeah,
and I think, like going back to the whole thing of during lockdown, and I think people were so worried about the world that they realized that all you actually have is each other and those around you.
Well, we had no human contact, right? That was the only place people were connecting.
Yeah,
we weren't allowed to make friends, but we were.
No, but this is the thing is, I think the biggest thing, and it's a big word, I think, is gratitude. Is just this constant gratitude. And I think the problem is when people don't have gratitude for their own lives, then they take it out on other people. Or when they start, like, and I know it's this like biblical term of don't covet your neighbor's shit, it says it a lot better in the Bible. But
vaguely, I would have read the Bible a lot faster.
That was the 11th commandment. Don't covet your neighbor's shit.
They found it like that it had chipped off and fallen down the mountain.
There's
somebody
15 commandments. And Moses drops one. 10 commandments. What were the other 5? But
I'm not going down there to carry that. That was fucking heavy, dude.
That I think was like a Far Side feature or something, and I loved that so much when I saw that. And it's but like I think it's just gratitude, and that's the biggest thing. Is like I see, I never understood the concept of gratitude a lot. And I had a lot of sort of like when you look at praying or pray in all religions, it's literally just gratitude practice if you think about it. So it's a lot of gratitude practice, being thankful for what you have because it could be worse.
Yeah.
And that's to sort of just put it in its simplest form. It's gratitude practice. And I never understood it because I was always like, people are praying because they're praying to help other people that are less fortunate than them, and they're being grateful.
Yeah.
So even if you're not religious and you just put gratitude practice into your life and you just say, shit, you take 5 minutes in the evening to lie there and
meditate on it. Yeah,
but that's exactly it. You just meditate on it, and you lie there and you actively think about the things that you have in your life that you're thankful for.
Yeah,
and I think it'll make you so much happier.
Yeah,
like genuinely. I don't know. This probably sounds like a podcast bro moment.
No, but it's
like
so
stoic,
true, dude.
like the daily stoic, and it's like, but it's this idea of that, like the more grateful you are, the more good you see in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing because you appreciate your big things first, and then you actually start going, okay, but I said thanks for that. What else do I have? And you start looking deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
So can I tell you what I do? So there's those 3 books: is The Secrets, The Power, and something else.
Plug.
Yeah, something like that. But the second book is like I can't remember. But the second book, I think it's The Power. It's got daily practices.
Yes.
And one of those, I mean, I read that so long ago, dude. But 2 of the practices that really stuck with me is like you start your day off with 10 things you're grateful for.
Yeah. Even if it's not 10.
Yeah.
Even if it's not 10,
easy,
you can
dude.
say 3 things. That's the thing. Like,
but
people say 10 because it's a nice number.
It can be air, it can be water, it can be food, it can be the people around you, it can be
I'm thankful we don't have load
your
shedding.
coffee, it can be that. That's 6 things already, So it's like really easy to find those things. So you start your day off positively. And then at night they said like you have like a special stone or a rock or something.
Yes.
And you hold this rock and you think about the best thing that happened during that day.
Yeah.
So you don't have to hold the rock.
No.
The whole thing is if you're trying to think, it's literally going like, okay, when I pick this up, the only thing I'm going to do is gratitude.
Yeah.
But you just do it in your mind and you just go, what's the best thing that happened today? What am I most thankful for? And I guarantee you now, you're going to go through everything that you're grateful for that day to try and pick one thing.
Yeah.
You're going to go to sleep being happy about how good that day was.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of things. And your weeks slow down.
Yeah.
You get more in tune with what's happening in the here and now, which means that like you don't get to the weekend or you don't get halfway through the year like we almost are now.
Yeah.
I go, where the fuck is the year gone? You can look back and go, I'm grateful about every single day. Like I can tell you,
because it was an experience. Yeah,
every single day I experienced twice.
It's true, but that's exactly it. And it's also like I think the big thing, and I know it's also very cliche again, but people say, was it a bad day or was it a bad 5 minutes that you turned into a day?
Yeah, 100%.
And it's true because so the way your body recovers from stress is terrible. So 5 minutes of cortisol in your body takes you 8 hours to detoxify from
crazy.
something stupid.
It's so stupid.
And you think to yourself, if you were stressed in traffic for fucking 5 minutes, like you flicked at someone and you were like, oh, fuck that taxi driver and whatever, and you flicked at him and you had words and you didn't want to kiss and make up and just say, oh, fuck, sorry, everybody makes a mistake. Or the wheel turns, then you're going to sit there and you're going to have to try to detoxify for 8 hours and your body struggles with stress, with cortisol. There's actually a leading theory that stress is probably the biggest cause of cancer in the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think stress is the biggest killer.
Yeah, the silent killer.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It's related to heart attacks. It's related to heart diseases.
Yeah,
it's related to mental things, mental degradation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the craziest thing. And it's unreal. And like you said, gratitude. I think gratitude practices are one of the most important things. And I also recently started. And I think one of my most grateful things, or one of the things I'm most grateful for is our coffee machine at work. It's a nice espresso machine.
Dude, and
I take my time. Like it's
an experience,
It
right?
is, but that's exactly it. And I make a coffee for everyone in the office. So that's 9 coffees that I make a day. And it takes me half an hour or however long it takes me to do it. But the thing is, like, I'm enjoying it.
We've got a nice little aerator.
Yeah, exactly. From you guys, that little with the acupuncture needles. So you must come for acupuncture and a coffee.
I did. The last time I went to your factory was because we thought some chum had broken in there.
Yeah,
You didn't even make me a coffee.
Yeah, but who was it that nearly got shot in the kitchen?
Fucking Albie, dude.
Yeah. Fucking scallop. Yeah, but that's it. And it's like you just actually, like, you take a step back and you actually slow down for a little bit. And that's it. Like, for me, I'm best when I'm working there. So I don't like it when people come and bother me. Don't stand around my coffee machine. Just fuck off, sit down, I'm making your coffee. Yeah, literally.
Put in your order and fuck off.
You know, like they're always like, oh, the most romantic thing you can do with someone is cook. No.
No. Dude, I can't share a kitchen.
No, Brittany and I as well. Like, if she's in the space, it's because she's getting dog food or she's packing a dishwasher, something different. Or I'll ask her, like, can you just help me cut the onion or something like that? Or
I can't even. I control
her.
the whole thing, dude. Like, I'm just like, sit down, relax. And Sam feels really bad. She's like, I can't, can I do it? I'm like, just
it's a sanctuary when somebody's in the kitchen. It's their sanctuary.
I'm also very particular with timings.
Yes.
Like, you want to cook things at the right time. You want to cut things at the right time. You don't want to dish up things in there like cold or like overcooked because you were trying to keep it warm, or you put it in the microwave, fucking cook it twice. Like, what's wrong with you, dude?
It is fucking gross.
You know what I mean? It's like,
but you see, that's
very
the
much
problem.
the same.
Yeah. So and that's
and it's therapeutic. I like cooking, dude.
It is. But you got to find that thing that you're grateful for, and then, like, I think that's the important thing. You just got to sit there and go. Even if you're grateful for one thing, like I always say to Britt, like, I'm so thankful every day that I started gym a year ago.
Yes, and
Because
look
I can
at you,
see
dude.
the difference, and that's the thing. It's like,
Dude, your face is like,
and my bum, dude.
Yeah,
Listen, I've got a bum now, dude. Yes, it's beautiful. No, so like
your farts don't sound like mosquitoes anymore, dude.
Exactly. Now now they don't. You can't even hear them.
Oh shit!
Because I lock them in, dude. Fort Knox.
Farts come out 30 days later.
It's Fort Knox. Yeah, Fort Knox. No, but that's like Britt made the comment. She's like, oh, check. She's like, oh, squat bum. I was like, yeah. Thanks. But that's the thing. It's like, and like, you've got to start at somewhere. And I was like, I'm actually so thankful that I started a year ago, because if I had carried on procrastinating and carried on waiting, I would only be halfway where I am now in terms of progress.
It's so true.
It's a huge difference.
You know, it's like a really good example of that is like, every time
water on a stone.
Dude, every single time I go to bed, I always think back. I'm like, oh fuck, I can't wait to exercise tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, you
know,
but it's,
you had such a I don't want to say bad relationship with it because of your ME, but it was. You were having a tough relationship with it because of your ME, where you wanted
fucked me
to,
up, dude.
but
it would knock me back for a week, and then I get flipping delulu, dude. But now I've realized why my mood and my energy and my motivation is just fucking nowhere. Is because of my second thing,
Cremora.
hemochromatosis.
It's not inside, it's on top.
That's what I should be fucking doing, dude. That's where I put it, dude.
Cremora on the fridge, not in the fridge.
By hemochromatosis, so my excess iron levels in my blood. I was supposed to donate blood 3 weeks ago. So after you bloodlet, that's
Any
the
vampires?
cure for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you just regularly donate
Well,
blood.
it could be a frontal lobotomy, so I think you're lucky.
I don't know, man. Maybe that's why I shouldn't blood, dude. Maybe it's
Spicy.
like, hey,
Spicy lobotomy.
no, but I need to go and donate blood because
Yeah.
then that just, dude, is crazy. Like I stand up, I walk out that door, and I'm like, I feel like I can.
And then you hit the ground again.
I feel like I could sleep. No, I feel so energized, dude. It's such a weird thing, but it's like it really knocks me
But
and
that's
knocks
like-
my mood and motivation, and it literally feels like I'm manually controlling everything. Like I'm manually blinking, manually breathing.
Yeah.
Now everybody's thinking about that. Manually swallowing my saliva.
I'm not swallowing them. No, but that's it. And I think it's important, I think, for people. Like I know, like a lot of doctors, like it's the worst thing for people that are overweight if you go to the doctor and they're like, you need to exercise.
Yeah, and you're like, dude,
Sadly, you fucking do. And I'll show you this meme that Britt sent me today, and it's like Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah.
And they're busy like fighting each other. And it's like going to gym because I'll find it now. Here. So it says people who train for strength, and then people who train for aesthetics, and then it's got the Doge bonk stick, and it's like people who train to make the sad head voice go away.
But it's true, dude. Exercise is so good for your mental health,
fucking
man.
good. And for like, can I tell you? So I fractured my spine. Sure, a couple of like 3 vertebrae in my spine. I've fractured 2 in my lumbar, and then 1 a little bit higher up in my thoracic.
You should
region.
really get that sorted out.
So literally, I am like literally by exercising.
Yeah.
And it's the craziest thing because after my injury, I was so worried about exercising. I was so scared that I've got this fragile spine that it's just going to crumble. And the problem is, it was fragile because I was doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I was being stagnant, and it was while I was teaching. I was playing a little bit of water polo, but not super actively, and I wasn't doing enough movement. And my spine I had back problems or like back pain, and I kept on saying like, "Fuck, I've got this sore back. I need to get it checked out before I have to have surgery."
Yeah.
Literally, since I've started weightlifting, now if I don't 2-3 days, and I can feel my back's already like, "Hey, you need to get moving again, bro." Like
It's great. I mean, I'm missing a small chunk of my spine. We've spoken about this, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I used to complain as a lighty, like, chores, my back hurts.
Yeah.
My parents are like just fuck off. And then I got all these knots up my spine, went to the doctor, they ran a scan, and they're like, oh, he's missing a piece of his spine. I was like, oh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, listen.
And then I was like, wait, this is pretty serious. Like, what's going to happen?
Wait, say that again? You see, Mama wasn't lying. Wait, what?
Excuse me?
I'm good at that.
I'm only in grade 7. No, so like the whole thing there was like, you need to work the muscles around there because then it stabilizes, you know. And then after getting COVID and everything and not being able to exercise with the ME, those muscles softened. And I, like frequently, what happens is like it's a small piece, like a chip, and the muscle would move into that, soft muscle would move into that. And when like I stood up or bent, it would pinch that muscle, then just send knots up and down my spine, left and right. And then like I would, like my back is fucked, dude. It's like terrible. But the more I exercise, the better it gets. So it's like,
but that's because
dude, exercise is just so good. Especially like, make sure that you're doing shit properly.
20
first
minutes,
of all.
20 to 30 minutes a day is all you need.
Dude, even just a 20-minute walk in the sun, go out there, dude. It is so huge, man.
And that's it. Like I always used to believe, like I was like, fucking fitness can't be that good for you. Like I was like, surely it can't be down to exercise that much.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if you constantly in this, and the routine of exercise is very
routine's
important
so good
because it sets this like stability. At least you know there's a constant in the day for something.
Yeah.
And it's like, it actually does. It really, really helps so much. And I never used to believe it did, but it really does. It's insane, dude. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay. You know what else I love?
Let's do it, dude.
3 Ships, 5-year whiskey,
Let's go, dude.
premium select. Okay.
So, like, we're running out of whiskey. So, if
Yes,
anybody
we are.
does want to send us whiskey or send us money to buy
I
whiskey,
think I've got like 2 more that we have, no, 3 more that we haven't tried.
Yeah, I told you I've got a Jim Beam.
Yeah,
like,
that's
maybe
so
we
we've got
do.
4
Yeah,
more.
maybe we do our budget tastings as well
What
because they're
episode
still
are we
good.
on now?
This is episode 16.
Sure. 3 more after this. And then we've got a full bottle.
Well, 500 ml.
We've got 500 more.
Yeah, so that could
So
be
we
a
need
season
500 more bottles. I've got that Scarabus in the thing we can save for 500.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for number 20.
Okay, well, this one, the next couple of whiskies we do on corks. So there was a screw top. Let's wait. Yo, dude. You just spat all over me.
Sounds premium.
It does, dude. Not much splashback. Yeah. The humidifier.
I don't know. It sounds like your wife's best friend, dude. It's Buzz Lightyear. Smell it. Smells like a whiskey. I mean,
Smells
listen,
like something
to
from
be
this
fair,
game.
it's
It smells like
saline solution. No, listen. To be fair, so
No,
Three
it does
Ships
smell
have
good,
quite a vast range of whiskies. They've got the 3-year, which is their standard. They've got the 5-year, then they've got the 10-year. The 10-year is cuck.
5 years the best.
3-year are really good.
Yeah.
Then they've got their selected distillers selection ones, which are really premium. Those are really, really good as well, I must say. So for a South African whiskey, it is actually fantastic, I must say. I love it. I think it's brilliant.
It's really good.
And I mean for the price. Sorry. I mean to take the glass away and
Not
not the
speaking
microphone.
into the glass, dude.
And for the price. You can believe Hyperama. It's a knockout. It's a knockout. Do you remember that ad? Fucking that old uncle. It's a knockout. Anyway, for the price, I mean, it's 219 rand,
Oh, it's cheap, man. Yeah.
which is basically the same price as black and white. And in my opinion, this tastes better than black and white.
It is better than black and white. Black and white is the pick and pay house.
No, so black and white is its own brand.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's 69.
Harrier's Reserve. No, Holland's Reserve. It's a little bit rough. Not terrible, though. This is the thing. So
No, it's still. I mean,
you can drink
we
it
didn't
on
do
the rocks, but
We didn't do smelly notes. But
it's like
standard.
basic. It's very basic.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of wood,
It's very
but
woody.
not very like premium woody. It's like base wood, like a bit of oak,
yeah.
a little bit of smokiness, nothing major.
Chalkboard.
Yeah. Listen.
No. No, it's not bad at all. No.
But it does have the ethanol.
Yeah,
It's got the
very
ethanol-y,
ethanol-y.
notes to it. But I mean, if you're paying $200, you can't really
No,
go too far
dude. This
wrong,
isn't something that you. I mean, if you poured this around the table and nobody knew.
Is this the Three Ships Premium?
Yeah.
This is aged 5 years. This isn't the select.
No.
Yeah, 50 years, the 5-year-old.
Okay.
Okay, what rating do you think this has? I think
2.
you're actually going to be quite surprised.
It's probably rated high, but I'd say
3.3.
fucking hell.
Hey?
That's rated
3.3.
higher than some of the.
Dude, this
whiskeys
is
we've tasted.
rated higher than some of the premium ones.
Dude,
you
I feel
tried.
like we've really
It's
brushed
definitely
over
better
this.
than the Boerplaas.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than the Boerplaas. I will-
Buddha than the better plus.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, it's a very basic nose. Like the nose it's sweet, bonfires, peaty.
Yeah.
That's
It
pretty
is
much
peaty.
it.
I think we need to mention that
Yeah,
as well. It
but
is
also
quite
the
peaty.
sweetness. It's got
It's
a
not
sherry sweetness to it, but it's not sherry.
No,
It must be
and
known.
even the peatiness is not that peaty. I
it's
think
more
like
smoky than peaty. Actually,
yes, yeah. But behind that smokiness and it comes through quick is that
Yeah.
sweetness.
Okay, let's see. What's your tasting
I'm
verdict here?
definitely getting wood.
It does have a nice smell. I will admit though. Like it's a basic smell, but I like it.
Maybe a bit of honey.
No.
No.
So there is that sweetness. So I
Medicinal?
suppose you could attribute it. No.
Pepper.
No. You're
I'm
far
just
off there.
guessing, dude. I'm
So
literally just-
it's sweet peaty bonfire.
yeah,
okay.
but those are just
No,
fucking.
no,
those
listen,
aren't
listen.
like.
There's new wood as well.
Yeah, but I said that, dude.
There's smoky and then there's spicy as well. So the pepper, I guess, yeah, but it isn't.
But that's
like
very
pepper,
broad.
pepper.
Yeah, those were very broad.
The tail end sort of. It's very broad, and I feel like I can taste some of these, but not all of them. But it's smoky, spicy, new wood, malted barley. So like a beer.
Okay.
Yeah. Salt. I get the saltiness.
Yes, yeah.
Definitely.
I was gonna say salt in the upfront taste.
And
Though.
the earthiness. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
where your
it's very
spiciness is coming from.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
very,
and then
very
cooked
earthy.
fruit, which is the sweetness coming
Yeah.
through.
Okay.
And it is. It's almost like a mampur sweetness. Like you get that.
It's
like
Dude, that is such a good description.
It's like very
of it.
mampuri, but it's really nice. I must say, for 5 years, it's not too bad.
No, it's good, dude. I
Mix
mean,
it with a little bit of water,
yeah, let's see.
just a drop, just to open it up.
That really is just a draw.
Yeah, and I mean it is, like I say, $200. You can't really go wrong with
No,
it.
dude.
Like, you know, I must say, I'm like personally, every time I go to the bottle store, I find whiskeys are getting more expensive each time I go.
Yeah.
Some of your premium ones are coming down. So like Compass Box, you're looking at $700 for a bottle of Compass Box now,
that's
which
not
isn't
bad, dude.
terrible. $650, $600 on special.
It's really not bad.
For the artist collection, which
Those
is
are really good. Yeah, really.
And there's
really
another
good.
one, the Spaniard, that's sitting at about 1.5 at the moment.
Also
Then
not
you've
bad.
got, the Glasgow collection,
Yeah.
which is also at about.
Did you just
650,
apologize to that
700.
chair when you're falling?
To you?
Sorry.
You might have. You always had to do CPR. But
Oh, his head's bleeding. Give him CPR, dude.
Lick it up. But yeah, like it just like some of the premium ones are almost like maintaining their price, and then
Yeah.
the cheaper ones are actually becoming more expensive, which is the craziest thing. So like you've got a lot of like really like cheap brands that are becoming expensive. So like Black and White's becoming expensive. Jim Beam now is like 319 rand. Black Bottle, which I used to consider like quite a premium whiskey, is now 300 rand,
Yeah, dude,
which is
this
cheaper
the
than
thing.
a Jim Beam.
Like
which,
a lot of,
like,
I always get surprised by premium
balance
whiskies,
is
dude.
weird, dude.
Because whenever I look at like Glenmorangie, you look at that, and it's also like 400, 500
Singletons,
bucks.
Glenmoran, Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, all of them. Like
But
so the
Glenmorangie
Glenfiddich-
is like 500 bucks.
Yeah, so it's relatively.
That's
So
not
that's what I'm saying. Like
expensive.
you're getting a lot of cheaper whiskies that are catching up to the entry level premium whiskies, or what you'd consider entry level
And
premium
they're
whiskies.
not there.
Not in my opinion, and this is the thing. So like a Jim Beam's good, but
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't put
enjoy
it
it.
in the same class as a Singleton.
No ways, dude. But it's a good drinking whiskey.
Like for me, a Jim Beam's good, but it's not as good as a Black Bottle.
No
I love
ways,
Black
dude.
Bottle.
Yeah.
And I never used to buy Black Bottle because I thought it was so expensive. Now it's
300
basically the
bucks.
same. Dude, literally $90 more and you get a bottle of Black Bottle.
That is
instead
crazy.
Instead of that.
That's cheaper than I just paid for the Jim Beam.
You see, but that's
I should have brought
exactly
that. It's a premium whiskey number, dude.
Yeah, exactly. But that's exactly it. So it's the weirdest thing. This whiskey market just like, I don't know, it's going in weird places. But then you've also get like brands like Teachers. You remember Teachers?
Yeah, yeah.
They've rebranded. They've
Oh,
got
really?
this badass looking bottle now. $300 for a fucking bottle of Teachers, which
No,
was the
dude,
same
that's
price as
crazy.
Harrier. Harrier now has gone opposite way. They've watered down their whiskey
Yeah, no,
to a
it's very
35%, and they've
Yeah.
called it New Wood.
Oh, God.
It's fucking horrible. I tried it at Whiskey Live because I don't know, I was stupid. Wasted a token on that.
Oh, yeah. She would tokens
yeah.
to try everything, eh?
So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll give Harrier the benefit of the doubt. Literally took a sip and I was like, no, thank you. I regret. And literally the guy was like, yo, we're doing something new. Let me mix it in a cocktail. I was like, if it has to be mixed in a cocktail, it's shit.
Yeah.
So give it to me straight and then I'll tell
It's
you
like
whether it
drinking
needs
a
a cocktail or
beer,
not.
but it has to be very cold.
Yes. Castle Light.
Castle Light.
Fucking hate it.
Literally.
Bullshit, sorry. I usually don't like mentioning bad brands on here, but I don't like Castle Light. Sorry, Luke.
Dude, Fox is going to kill us.
That's fine.
He loves it, dude.
I'll send him a
Anything
shirt.
anything that tells you that you have to keep something extremely cold.
You know
like
why? Because it dulls your
It
senses on your
does, dude.
tongue.
Have you had a warm Castle Light?
It's fucking horrible.
You
Have
throw
you
it
had
away,
a warm
dude.
black label? Delicious.
Delicious, dude. Absolutely delicious.
I mean, okay, I wouldn't say absolutely, but
no, but I mean, it's good.
It's better.
Like, this is why Guinness is a good beer.
yeah, a good value Wizzo that that punches above its weight.
Oh, is
True.
this talking about you?
Sorry.
Is this your bio?
Yeah, Wizzo. That's actually pretty. I should actually take that. Yeah. No, for the 3 ships. But it is.
Yeah.
It's a good whiskey.
It is.
Not too bad.
3.3
especially
they
for
say.
the- yeah, 3.3.
Oh,
That
I'd
guy
give
rated
it
it as a 4. That's a bit steep on
high.
my rating. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I'd
I mean,
rate
I
it
look at the
like
other things.
even 3.5.
I'd say 3,
you
yeah.
know. And like Brittany had some with her vanilla, sugar-free
I mean,
vanilla
that's
Coke.
good. But again, like, it's.
But that's,
the
I mean,
mix.
at that price, you can mix it.
Yeah, it
you
is a
know,
mixer.
So it's not bad.
It's
I'd,
like-
I'd rather mix it with Sprite or something along that. Even soda water.
Yeah,
That
soda
kind-
water opens it up. I feel like, dude, I always get, I don't know why, but I get insulted by Monkey Shoulder because they call it like a mixing whiskey. And I'm like, that fucking hurts, dude.
It is because it's a
Who
good
makes,
whiskey.
yeah, it's a good whiskey.
good
How do you
whiskey.
make that whiskey for
And
blending? I'm
naked
like,
malt. I don't know if
Yes,
you've seen the
the
naked malt.
Naked.
They also they pride themselves on the fact that it's the best whiskey for a ginger meal. And I'm like, ginger mules are made with vodka,
Yes,
not whiskey.
never
Fuck off.
with whiskey. Yeah,
But
it's
like, and I will admit, I've had old fashions before. So we
Yeah.
went to the station for our anniversary in Parkhurst.
Yeah.
Their cocktails are phenomenal,
Really?
and their prices are really good. I must say, for like a decent sized cocktail, you're paying about $80, which is bang average.
yeah.
And I had like a bunch of old fashions we were Ubering. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to
Yeah.
have one of each of these old fashions. So I had like a sours. So I had like the New York sours. No, sorry, a bourbon sour. So that was
that's
Jim
nice.
Beam. It was really, really nice because it wasn't super sweet.
Yeah.
And then there was a Piccadilly. Yeah, Piccadilly. So that was pineapple juice, a little bit of apple juice. I
My
can't
uncle
remember.
actually sent me,
But-
Brian,
but
I
it
don't know
was-
if you're listening, but he sent me a cocktail that he had.
Oh, yeah?
Also a whiskey cocktail. He's like, you guys have to make this.
Yo, but that's it. So like I'd use this to make a whiskey cocktail. So like an old fashioned. And like old fashions, you often use very bold whiskeys to make an old fashioned because there's so many flavors going in there, you know. But I must say, like that, they had such nice whiskey cocktails. They were fucking delicious, man.
So this is called a whiskey Negroni. Do you know it?
Yeah.
So-
Spagliato. With
He
a
said,
little bit of Prosecco in it.
Yeah. He's like, ignore the 15-year-old Glenlivet bit.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what it sounds like. He's like, a blended whiskey is good, but
Yeah.
Glenlivet 15-year-old, Campari,
Yeah.
sweet vermouth,
Vermouth,
and then you add them all into a mixing vessel over cubed ice.
Yo. But you see, that just sounds like a different old fashioned or a different martini. It just sounds like
But
a
that's
bourbon,
what
bourbon
most
martini. you know?
yeah, it's what most like cocktails really are, right? It's like a little.
That sounds lekker.
It does sound
actually,
good.
dude.
My
Especially
uncle,
the sweet
dude,
vermouth.
when my uncle comes out here because he's coming out for my sister's wedding, we're gonna pull him
Yes.
here, and I promise you, he's gonna probably bring like a
that's
case
fine.
load of whiskey.
So I actually thought about this today when I was sitting at work, and I saw like, because I've got a dinner, one of our date nights this month. I'm doing a home one. But I was like, oh, I want to make us a cocktail. And I was like, oh, an old fashioned. And then I was like, actually, fuck, we should make an old fashioned on the show one night.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
Podcast. We should
Yeah.
make an old fashioned. I'll see my
When
mom's
we
got
run
like
out of
a-
whiskeys.
My mom's got a shaker and shit.
I've got one as well.
Oh,
I
you
think.
see,
I
let's
think
bring it, and
I
then
must
we
just
can-
check. I think I do.
I
I don't know if
next
he's
week
threw
we
it out.
must make an old fashioned, dude.
Yeah, because like
Little bit
if
of
we've only got
bitters.
shit whiskies, then well, I mean they're not
Wow.
shit. I mean this is
They're not shit,
3.3.
dude. Yeah,
They're really
3.3.
not shit.
I never serve you anything less than the best, my boy. Except for the burp loss. I mean,
Dude, the Boat Plus wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
We need something to be placed last,
so
but it's
funny
not
enough,
a bad whiskey.
But this is the thing. So funny enough, the other night when we were sitting here, we were about to go out. Actually, before we went to the station, I was like, cool. I was like, I feel like having a whiskey before we go. We Ubering anyway. Let me grab one while Brittany was busy getting ready. So I was like, oh fuck it. I was like, I don't really feel like Tom Novelin, nothing too smoky, whatever. And the problem is, it's like, when women say they don't have anything to wear,
Yeah.
I look at the whiskey cabinet. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got nothing to drink.
Yes, dude, I'm
And then I
exactly
looked
the
at-
same.
And I looked at the boy plus, and I was actually like, let me give this another bash.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
It's not
chucked in a
bad
bunch
whiskey.
of ice and poured it in, and I put in a little bit of water, and it was actually really nice.
But I'm pretty sure we said when we added water, it opened it up and it was so nice.
But this is
yeah.
the thing, neat. It was too strong. It was too
Yeah,
bold.
it's very, very
Not bold,
strong.
It was too bright and too neat.
Yes,
put it
yeah,
that way.
yeah.
But too harsh.
Yeah, it was
And,
very harsh.
with
It had
the
a
water-
lot of ethanol.
Sure, with the water, it was sweet.
Yeah, it takes it
was
away.
Delicious, and like that,
Yeah.
I think if you had to use that for an old fashioned, it would work really,
Yeah, we
really
must
nicely.
do it, dude.
Yeah, I'm keen.
Or maybe we say no. I don't want to we don't want to do a whole season of of cocktails, but we
yes,
could.
we do.
But how do we bottle it?
We just so we'll make a cocktail and we take a shot and put it, but you'll have not pina colada.
It's
No
listen,
milk drinks. We can't put milk drinks.
No, we can, but people must just not drink it. Like even the first season one, I mean, people can drink it if they want because it's all whiskeys.
I'm
But
going
it's
to.
we
No, I think so. But what we do is we'll bottle it and then leave it for.
put it in a time capsule.
We have it at the end of season 2.
Yeah. We just have a shot, and then we add a shot.
No, that's fucking gross.
It's the infinity barrel,
Yeah.
dude, all over again.
Shame. I miss my infinity barrel actually. I think I need to get another one.
I think so because you ended up giving that to me, and I fucking polished it, dude.
Yeah, that was lucky actually.
Yeah,
That
you
was
put it in
probably-
our
in the sneaky blinders.
sneaky,
Sneaky blinders bottle.
Yeah.
No, all the bottles I was storing for us to use have gone. They've disappeared. See, nobody wants to recycle in this house. Not even Nancy. Fucking hell.
Downcycling.
Oh no. Anyway, I think that
Yeah.
was a goodie. That was a nice one.
That was really nice, dude. I enjoyed that.
Can you believe it? We've already done 16 or 15 episodes. 16
Yeah, this is
episodes,
16.
Dude.
This is
That's
16 now.
unreal, actually.
Dude, it is.
It's been a good vibe. Thank you so much to everybody that's been listening so far and commenting as well.
Yeah, you guys are
I
amazing.
think we've had some really nice interactions, actually.
It actually reminds me that we
Oh,
do.
the question.
Yes, we do actually have some answers here.
Let's hear him. Tell me. Do you want some sriracha?
In here, let's save the cocktails for.
Bloody Mary.
Okay, so. Okay, we've. Oh, wow. Okay. But so we've got from Salty.
Yes.
Salty, thank you.
Viewer
again,
number
dude.
one. though,
Yeah,
like.
best. He like comments on every single post. You see, when my dad was sick, if anybody's listening for the first time, last week we just asked for some ghost stories.
Oh, yes.
We didn't promote it out too much.
Yeah.
So we've got one response, and that's Salty. Thank you so much,
Fair.
my dude. But we're going to ask a question at the end of every single
Yeah.
thing, and anybody that sends through, we'll pick the best stories and then read them out. Salty says, when my dad was sick, I would help him to the loo and wait for him to either call me or my mother to help him back to his bed. So one day while waiting, I hear my dad call my mother by her pet name, Kivit. Kivit.
Yeah, Kivit. Yeah.
Kivit. So I called my mother and told her that my dad was calling for her. After which my father shouted from the loo, I did not call your mother, but I heard it as well. This happened again with my brother, who heard my sister greeting him, even though she wasn't home at the time. Fuck. Another story.
That's an SW, my friend. Yeah. I'm not going to say the full word, but that is an SW, my friend.
So another time, some friends and I were sitting in the living room when out of nowhere the TV remote flew past all of us and landed in the middle of the room.
That's
We all
inconvenient.
just sat there looking at each other like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's inconvenient at most. But it's
fucking
unsettling,
rude, dude.
Yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah, just fucking talk next time, dude. You
just
don't
say,
have
hey,
to.
pass me, put it softer. No, dude.
Last story.
Yeah.
He's like, last story, haha. My mom owned a second-hand bookshop for almost 30 years. That's really
That's cool.
If you were alone in the store, if there weren't too many customers, you could hear the ghost knock the books back into the bookcases at the back of the shop. She actually lost customers because of the ghosts.
I can believe that.
She's lost me as a fan as well, dude. I'm never going.
No, that was the fridge.
It's like, me too.
No, dude, that's fucking wild, actually. And that's the thing, like, you know, and the problem is, I'm sure TikTok does it on purpose, but when it's night,
Oh, nighttime, you always get the scary shit, dude.
and it's like, oh yeah, I heard somebody calling my name, and then you see like fingers around the door, and then you hear hello, and then this woman's like hello back, and you're like, shut up, don't
Say
talk
hello.
to it.
Fucking
You
leave.
fucking leave, burn the house.
Have you seen that
You're
video
on
I
a
posted on
sacred
Instagram?
burial ground.
Where it looks like a kid peering around the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then as they walk past, it's like the way the plastic bags were hanging.
Oh, yeah.
But dude, it literally looks like a little boy, like half a face, like looking around the door. And they've got that music. You know, there's that typical creepy music. No, it's like that. Yeah, I'm going to play it right now,
play
dude.
it, dude. My favorite one was the dude taking the penalty today. When he kicked it into the post, and then it
3
bounced
times.
again the post, and he just fucking kicked it and just walked away. I loved it so much.
I don't know if this is...
Play the music, dude.
No, this isn't
Otherwise,
on
we're
here.
gonna sound like assholes.
Listen, I did want to talk about Kendrick and Drizzy, but we'll talk about that next week.
I don't feel like talking about it. You know why? And it upsets me a lot. Actually, I'm gonna say this, and this alone on this topic. I don't like celebritization of people.
Me neither.
firstly.
I hate the whole
In terms
concept
of
of celebrities. Yeah.
I understand they're good at what they do, but then we should be celebrating teachers in exactly the same way.
Yeah, scientists, or everybody, literally.
People that are good at their
Doctors,
jobs,
blah,
their
blah, blah.
relevant jobs for what they do.
Yeah.
And also, I hate the fact that society basically still treats life like it's high school, and you worry about what one bitchy oak is saying to the next bitchy oak, and how much.
This
he
is
hates
exactly
the
what I
colour
wanted
of
to
his
talk
car
about,
and
dude.
shit like that. And I fucking cannot stand it because it's so petty. Like for me, it's the pettiest thing. Where that's your biggest fucking worry. You know?
Yeah. That's why, so the whole thing I wanted to, like, there's the Drake and Kendrick thing, and J. Cole, like, coming in and then, like, backing out
off,
and sitting
yeah.
on the beach. But the person that won that whole thing was Macklemore.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. Everybody actually, when he released that Heinz Hall song,
Yeah.
and fucking Tommy Morello was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah. Which
Like,
is high praise.
That's high praise from Tommy Morello. And literally, when I heard that, I was like, "Yo, imagine Rage Against the Machine
Yo.
and Macklemore did the song together." And
Dude,
then when Tommy
it's-
Morello said that, I was like,
Bro. But it literally is this new age
It would be-
rage. It's a typical Rage Against the Machine
"But
type
that's exactly
situation.
it." Like the lyrics, it's literally
Tommy
what they
Morello,
stood for. Literally, like Guerrilla
Yeah.
Radio is literally the
Yes.
song Guerrilla Radio. I mean,
Yeah.
and but that's exactly it. And like you say, at the end of the day, Macklemore won because now nobody could give a fuck about who's.
But he even said he was like one of his lines was saying about waiting for a response from Drake, and I'm just like,
Yes,
you
yeah.
fucking beast, dude.
Yeah, but that's
you
exactly
absolute
it.
beast. I
Because-
love Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Let me put that out there.
We literally spoke about this last
Love
week.
that dude. He's a
We literally spoke
fucking
about this last
genius. And like if we had to pick a winner through
not
all of
last
this
week, the
stuff,
week
like
before, yeah.
Kendrick literally
Yeah, he
coffined that
smashes
dude.
him.
He
Yeah,
smashed
yeah,
him.
100%.
But that's not the point here. The point is like Macklemore came out and spoke about real issues.
Yeah, but that's
Like,
exactly it.
yeah, sure, there might be real issues with Drake and pedophilia and all of this stuff.
No,
I
no,
mean,
yeah. We're
could
not
be
minimizing those
accusations,
things.
could be nothing. Yeah,
But at the end of the day, the big thing is that it's just actually two chums.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are just fucking. It's high school beef.
It's high school beef,
It's high
dude.
school drama. That's
Yeah.
my biggest fucking problem. Even with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they
Yeah.
used to be big chums, dick chums. They did songs together. and
Fucking
whatever.
dumb, dude.
And I'm just like,
so
they
dumb.
literally just saying, "You're a hoe." No,
No,
you're a hoe.
Yeah.
No, you're a hoe. No,
Yeah.
you're a hoe. And then you got somebody coming in there going, "You think you're the shit, you're not even a fart." And I'm like, I just want to swallow a grenade. Fuck, I cannot. Dude.
It's so fucking dumb, dude.
Fucking cannot. But like that's my thing is that there's so many real world issues going on.
Yeah.
And people are bitching.
There were
And
some
people are
things
so
that I laughed at
focused.
though, dude. Like,
No, there
like
is.
that when he talks about Drake's dick being so big, it's just floppy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's just like, "Oh, you've popped so many pills, your dick's floppy." Dude.
Yeah.
It's like that shit like
and
made me
it
laugh.
is.
But again, high school.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. Like can they should be like, fuck, there's bigger issues in the
Yeah.
world going on.
We're not the biggest thing
Yeah.
to talk about right now. It's like that would have been a great ending if one of them, like if one of them turned around and said, "Okay, cool, I'm finished beefing. Let's talk about the real
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, exactly. And maybe
illicit shit,
hopefully
Congo,
if
fucking Palestine,
if
all of
they-
it, dude."
If the spin doctors can do that now, that would be great.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, fair enough. I'll give them props to that. But
Yeah,
fuck, it's
but fucking props to Macklemore, dude. I know he listens.
100%. Yeah, he does. him and
Tommy.
him and Tommy Morello.
Tell me he listens as
and
well.
also Hobo Johnson.
Howard
I
Johnson.
went
yeah.
down the Hobo Johnson.
Oh, I love that dude so
I went
much.
down the drain.
Dude, it's weird because
Again.
like a
'Cause
lot
he,
of
like-
people hate him.
Yeah, and it's the weirdest thing. Like he disappeared, or not disappeared. Like he got, let me say, he got preoccupied with real life, and he even says in one of his songs that he gets preoccupied. He got
Yeah,
preoccupied with real life, well, not preoccupied. He got-
Yeah. Well, he
He
had
got busy
some
with
chick
real
that
life.
was accusing him of stuff,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
and that got dismissed. I think.
Yeah, I think
I mean, I
But,
stand
yeah.
to be correct. I don't know the whole thing there, but
I'll do some
Um,
research tomorrow. But
yeah.
yeah, I started listening to some of his
people
stuff
either
again, and
love
he
or hate
released-
him, dude.
And he released
He's
some
so
new
good.
music recently, and it's fucking good.
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
do you know who's releasing music tomorrow?
no, Blink-182,
No.
Andre Rayu,
Kings Leon.
Really?
And
Elvis Blue,
Incubus.
Incubus.
Incubus and Kings Leon. Your album comes out tomorrow, which is going to be Friday, which is going to be last week Friday for anybody listening.
If it doesn't sound like Megalomania, I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Incubus.
yeah.
That's
I
still
love, man.
the best Incubus I've ever
But
heard.
even Kings of Leon, like if they go back to the older stuff, I didn't mind the new stuff.
Tappa Jingle's my favorite. And then also,
Yeah.
All Right, Compadre. You still working for a living. That's like the best Kings of Leon. So Kings of Leon, I've got that one album on
Yes, yeah.
vinyl, Only by the Night. Hands down, best Kings
Dude,
of Leon
it's,
album
yeah,
ever.
okay.
I love that album.
It
Only
is
by the
good.
Night. You know why? It's because you can put that album on, and you
Yeah.
can listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
On the old albums, you like, oh yeah, Rodeo, Tappa Jingle. There's something about a bucket, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Those are 3 songs I know from that album. And then if you put the rest of the album on, you're like, oh,
It's
it's
mediocre,
funky,
right?
it's cool.
It's there, but it's like
Kings of
filler.
Leon. It's good
Yeah,
Kings
yeah,
of Leon,
it's-
but
it's filler,
like you said,
though.
it's filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Here's this video.
Okay. Oh yes, all this music. Yes, I would have straight up kicked that thing
But
first.
check it though.
dude.
That looks like a fucking dude.
No, I'd kick that thing first, dude. Ask questions later, even if it's a child. Yeah. No, I'd kick it first and ask questions later.
I would leave.
What are you doing in my house?
I'd leave.
Yeah.
Straight out.
Yeah. I can't find my dad. That's not my fault. Just fuck out my house.
Ozzy, thank you so much. We've only got 10 minutes left on this card, dude. This is good.
Why is it
2
so
hours
full?
16.
Jeez, like, look at us.
Yeah, this is
So
a
much
long
shit to talk
podcast.
about,
Oh, dude, there's so much more, but
Always.
we'll save it for next week. What's the question
Thanks
for the
my
week, dude?
fidget. What is your favorite cocktail?
Okay, that's a goodie.
Yeah, I like
and
it.
also give us a recipe.
Yeah,
And we'll
it's-
pick the best ones.
Yeah,
And
but
then we'll also PayPal us, and then
So,
we'll
Can
do
I tell
it.
you what my favorite cocktail is that I've actually had?
Next week.
Next week, okay.
And on that cliffhanger.
And on that bombshell, fuck off.
Oh, dude, Clarkson's Farm. We'll talk about that next week as well.
Jessica. It's a good song. Okay.
Podcast.